Some stolen gold medals found again in Texas.
On Saturday, Jen Lee headed into a San Antonio shopping center, leaving his Tesla in Sentry mode, meaning its external cameras were recording everything, including the guy who walks up, smashes the rear window, reaches in, and grabs Lee's backpack.
That backpack has 3 gold medals.
Gold medals the U.S. military veteran and amputee had won in Paralympic Games. Lee posted the video to his Twitter page.
I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 response and maybe some shares.
The video has been seen 2.5 million times. Now the police say they've recovered the backpack and the gold medals. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Rena Roy, ABC News.
Let's add a little red right there. Hey, we'll be right with you.
For Bianca's flower shop, spring orders and Mother's Day are a tricky arrangement.
Hey, can I get help repotting this fiddle leaf?
She needs to put the pedal to the metal and find more florists.
We're running low on daisies. How does that even happen?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At CDW, we get you can't lock up your devices. Your workforce needs the freedom to roam.
Final boarding call, 1555 in New York.
And wherever they go, productivity is key. But with Microsoft Surface devices pre-configured and deployed by CDW experts, you'll get multi-layered security and seamless experiences to help productivity really take off. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/surface.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
In Larimer County, the 37E fire now fully contained. It was sparked on Friday, forcing evacuations near Lyons. The flames burned more than 100 acres. Evacuations were lifted over the weekend. Dozens of firefighters spent Easter weekend battling a wildfire near Gypsum. Investigators say the fire that burned 88 acres was human-caused. The Duck Pond fire is 60% contained. A first-of-its-kind library now open in Jefferson County. The Express Library West Arvada is a standalone self-service location. As far as how it's accessed, it's with a library card.
They would go over to the location and use that card, and then they need their PIN number. So that's the thing, an extra level of security. They also need to have the PIN number for their card, and then it opens the door, and in they go.
Donna Walker, Executive Director for the Jefferson County Public Library, says there's a browsing collection along with computers, printers, and other services. The Express Library West Arvada is located in a shopping center at 64th and Indiana. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Traffic on I-25 overall is looking pretty good right now. Some minor heavy traffic as you work your way southbound into downtown. Looking at 225, that is up to full speed now. No issues across I-70, although traffic a little heavy through the construction zone as you work your way westbound towards York and the I-25 interchange, but no accidents on I-70 at this point. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, mostly sunny skies today, a high of 66. Tonight's low dropping to 32, and then a warm-up for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies, though, but a high reaching 80. Currently, it's 41. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin. 6:30, Hey How.
If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates, all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and the Fed has made it known they plan on hiking interest rates, and that means borrowing money is going to get more expensive later. Take advantage of securing the lowest possible payment now. If you're someone who needs to tap into equity to consolidate bills, pay off debt, or get money for home improvements, you want to call today, 303-867-7000 or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal Opportunity Lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
The new true crime podcast, White Eagle, investigates one of the largest cash heists in U.S. history. The robbery of over $7 million from an armored car warehouse. Was the ringleader a criminal mastermind, or was he a political pawn in a Cold War operation?
For some folks, they were boogeymen. They were, bandits hidden in the mountains and shadowy figures. For others, they were heroes.
Listen to White Eagle on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it.
See you Twitter.
Follow the Troubleshooter at RealTomMartino. And stay connected with all of Denver's talk station on Twitter.
Just give me your Twitter and I'll follow you.
Find us right now at 630 KHOW. $1,000 in your hand. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Fun. That's fun. Enter it now at khow.com.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Hey, I'm Tom, and I welcome you to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. What is on your mind today, and how can we help you? This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, and you get 30% off for pain, inflammation, anxiety, also even cosmetics. 303-713-TALK. That's RealCBDThatWorks.com. So what's on your mind today, and how can we help you? Every day we ask that question, and all you have to do is call to get help. I think today is one of the days I'm going to have my IV, maybe, if they get here. But welcome to the show. Rock Mountain IV Medics on the way, I hope. So 303-713-TALK. Let's talk about identity theft. In fact, I had in my notes today to talk about this is the worst season for identity theft where people gather information because of tax information. Okay? There's a lot of scams going on with taxes and people supposedly helping you with taxes. And what they do, some of them are just gather information. In fact, some of the sites mimic tax preparation sites. But anyway, I don't know what Tad's talking about, but Tad, go ahead. What's happening?
So we went to our accountant, and a couple of weeks ago we filed our taxes electronically. A few days later, I got a call back from the accountant saying they had been rejected because somebody else has used my Social Security number.
Now, hold on. Your accountant said that the tax has been rejected, and they claim it's rejected because it's already been filed. That's really what they're saying, right?
Correct.
Oh, man. Yep. So go ahead.
So I followed the directions the IRS had for us, which was it's something called identity theft, something.gov. So I went through all that, filed all the paperwork, we resubmitted our tax return. We have to send it in paper. I went to the...
Who did you try to file with at first?
I don't understand.
When you first tried to file and it was rejected, were you through an agency or on your own?
No, it was through an accountant's office that we've been using for years.
But was it electronically?
Yes.
Okay. And, so now where do you stand right now?
Right now, so I filed everything with the IRS. I've gotten to the credit agencies and notified all the credit agencies. And I've been looking at my credit and stuff. So far, I don't see anything else. I have not received anything.
Well, it's not always identity theft like you believe it is, where they take over everything. Sometimes it's just your social being used.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to. That's what we're sort of figuring out. So we're kind of in the middle of this thing, trying to figure out what's going on and how far it's gone and that type of thing.
Okay, let's see what you can do from here. Hold on. Kelly, we're getting our tax expert from Larson Tax Relief. Hold on, we'll try to get you some good information here, okay? Lee, what's happening with you? Smarty Marty is on to talk about this. I want to talk about the original problem, and as you know, I like to try to find it. So what was that original problem, Lee?
Oh, it was that my stove wasn't heating correctly.
Oh, my goodness. I remember this. And here's what happened. Lee, you sounded pretty sane to me. You know, you didn't sound like you're going nuts here. And you even went out and bought a thermometer, and you found that oven is not heating up. Now, the guy would come and check it out, and he would say, oh, it's working. So they would say there's nothing wrong with it. And we got sick and tired of this. And when you bought yours, what did you find on yours? When you bought your own thermometer and put it inside, what did you find?
It was not reaching the temperature.
Never. It was always about how many?
425, and it wouldn't go past 350.
It wouldn't go. And you knew from your cookies and everything, it was bad. And you had this thing from September 2021. Oh, man, I was frustrated for you, to be honest with you. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put Smarty Marty on this.
Yeah.
And so what happened, Smarty Marty? What's going on?
Well, you know how I believe in the email route. So I got a hold of some big wig at Whirlpool, sent them an email, and they said, we'll get on it. And I contacted the consumer a few days later and said, did they rate you? She said, no. So I sent them another email. I said, you told me you're getting on it. The consumer has not heard from you. And then I get an email or a call from Leah or Donna a couple days ago. And why don't you take over?
Then what happened?
Okay, so then I got a call from someone at Whirlpool this past Friday, and he gave me two options, to replace the stove or refund. I said I wanted a refund, and so he said he was kind of disappointed.
Now, why did you not want a replacement? I'm just curious.
Because I might get another stove just like this.
Good.
If this stove isn't working, I don't want another
So what happened? Are they going to give you your money back?
Yeah. Sending her a check.
Yeah, they're going to send me a check and pick up the stove in a couple of weeks, I guess. Both will happen. And he said he would send me an email this past Friday, detailing this, but I haven't heard from him yet.
I am so happy that you're getting some help.
I am too.
Tom, part of the question she has of you is if you could recommend a store or a place that she could look to buy another stove.
All right. Now, here's the thing about appliances. They're appliances. So, I always go where you get the best price.
Uh-huh.
I just,
Mark is a huge fan of Costco for this. He bought some appliances there with a...
Yeah, we're all a fan of Costco because of the return policies and how good they are. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, he said he got a great price, and he got a warranty, and he had something replaced with no questions asked when it went bad. So I would suggest checking Costco.
The only problem with Costco is you have to have a truck, and you have to pick it up and... get rid of the old...
No, they have... I think they have delivery services.
Pardon me?
I think they have delivery.
Well, when I asked them about a delivery before, they said you have to bring your own
Well,
truck.
where'd you get this one?
Oh, I got this one from Lowe's.
Okay, you know what? There's nothing wrong with Lowe's or Best Buy. Or Best Buy, Lowe's, or Home Depot.
Uh-huh.
Really, any of them. I would shop price because, listen, when it comes to warranty service, no matter where you buy it, they're going to use the same warranty people.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not buying warranty. That warranty service, their approved warranty people are the same people that are going to service it no matter where you buy it.
Right, but look what I had to go through. I had to call you.
Well, okay, and that's because of your service of your product to begin with. What the better question as to where to go is to what to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you're going to have issues with no matter what you buy from time to time. I've never heard, but the response from Whirlpool was terrible. Right. General Electric has good ranges. There are really good ranges. What do you like? What other stuff do you have?
Well, most of my stuff has been Whirlpool in the past.
And that's another thing. I just want to say something, that there's really an illusion in this world right now of brands. If you really look at who makes what, there are very few manufacturers.
Right.
And really, okay, there are I'm just saying, if you're looking for a range, you can go by reviews and simply see who gets the best reviews. Do you have electric or gas?
Electric.
Okay. If you go by electric, let's just go by reviews, okay? You can see the top rated. Amana's one of them. Hot Point's one of them. GE has really good ratings.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, Tom.
Frigidaire has good. I'm going by actual reviews. Yes.
Uh-huh. Tom, you also have to consider her budget. She's going to get X amount of dollars.
How much are you going to get?
I'm going to get $687.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're going to get a GE then. I would say the best bang for the buck is going to be GE.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give. This is really great since he hounded them. I'm going to give him my dinger. It's nice after not long, but after a weekend, holiday weekend, they call it, right? I get to use my dinger. Thank you. Thank you very much. And here's the bottom line. You're going to have problems with almost every brand. You know, they all, okay, how do I put this? Things nowadays, believe it or not, I know you're not going to say yes if you're too old. If you're younger, you might not care. In the middle, you might say, yes, Tom's right. They actually make things better now than they did. I know people believe that the good old days, cars, appliances, electronics, they're all built better. They really are built back better. Oh, I hate to say that, but they are. They really are. And the problem is that they're done in such mass quantities that sometimes problems happen and they don't know how to fix them. Everything's circuitry, circuit boards, components, and it's remove and replace or just junk the thing. Like, for example, microwaves. Nobody fixes them. Why? It's cheaper to get a new one. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. I am in pain. Fuck.
That looks painful. I'm just standing up like that. Just what you just did.
Fuck. I always say I'm never going to get paid. Andrea.
There she is.
I fucked up this morning. Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. You hear me get on here every day and yell about how I love them, right? Because they got me out of pain. All right. I'm just going to level with you right now. I got to call them again. Yep. I don't know. You're just a minute away from a wrong move or a twist or something. You know what I mean. That's called acute pain. It's not chronic. It's not all the time. But then it happens. You get a pain. You think, oh, God, do I have to go through this? The good news is you don't have to go through it. If you have Colorado Pain Care on your speed dial or you just want to use them for the first time, do it. 303-GOT-PAIN. They have hours from 7 to 7, same-day appointments available, and they have multiple locations. Trust me when I tell you, I use them, and I'll be calling them today. You should call them. If you have pain, 303-GOT-PAIN. You know, this almost sounds like a commercial, and it is. When I say, I use these people, like Colorado Pain Care. And how about Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies? I'll tell you the truth. I've already met with them, and I'm going to, of course, meet with them more. I had my initial meeting just to go over some stuff. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies is not something you do necessarily in retirement, but before retirement, at any stage. The earlier, the better. They look at your entire retirement plan and make recommendations and help you move things around and help you get it ready. Get the plan ready for use, for income, insurance, long-term care, estate planning, all of your needs. Retirement Planning Center of the Rocky, rpcenter.com. Don't wait any longer. Call them. Have them visit you. They'll come and meet with you. You can meet with them as many times as it takes to be comfortable. It's 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211. Okay, I know right now a lot of people have slowed down saying, I'm not going to refi because it's around 5%. I'm telling you, it actually is a good time if you have high interest debt. You know, your mortgage is one thing, but what about all that high interest debt? And if you have equity, you can pay off that high interest debt and still benefit. And here's the other thing. Ideal Home Loans has a interest rate guarantee. So if rates come back down more, you did not miss the boat. They'll refinance you free of charge. That's idealhomeloans.com for your next Ideal Home Loan, 303-867-7000. In addition to the interest rate guarantee, they also have pick your own term loans, so you don't have to go back to 30 or even 15. You can pick whatever term you want. You also, of course, can do a pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. Give them a call, 303-867-7000 or idealhomeloans.com.
So many people have told me about what happened.
I fucking did. Okay, you want to know what happened? I stood up. I don't know what happened. I just got it. I swear to God, I just got up the wrong way and pulled something, but I need Toradol and magnesium for damn sure.
Okay. You haven't taken any ibuprofen today?
Yeah, no, but I took aspirin.
How much?
I
And what
took-
time?
I took a lot.
325?
I took about 5. I took 4 of them. 4 500s. If you can't give it to me, fine. But
What time?
at 8 o'clock.
Oh.
I did it before I got here because I was feeling stiff. But whatever you can do is fine. I don't want to trash my liver, but I'm in pain. But I know. God damn it. I just pissed myself off. I really do. Because I just hope this is not a 6-week endurance.
So it's a little thing that gets you. Heavy lifting. Little move that gets you everywhere.
I know. I swear to God.
Yeah. Are you still doing the NAD?
Yeah, I'm doing the clinical trial of the one that you put on your skin. Yes, I don't need it.
Is it staying in your system?
Well, we don't know. That's what their trial is. They're taking periodic blood.
Because that can help with inflammation in the back.
It can?
That's why I was asking.
I'm not supposed to take any extra. Shit. Let's see. No, I can't. Otherwise, it'll ruin it. But
We'll do magnesium, we'll do glutathione, taurine.
what is that?
Taurine does have a little bit of anti-inflammatory effects to it, but it also helps with like blood pressure, anxiety.
Oh, good. Oh, it's not a stimulant?
The taurine?
Yeah. Good.
And I'm giving it to you.
Learn more at discover.com/Matt. Limitations apply. Denver's talk station. Online at khouse.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Frank Duran, the real estate man, does market valuations of your home. It's called a market analysis. So many people are wondering what their house will sell for, but they go to Zillow. It's not going to tell you. Neither will an appraisal, plus you don't have to pay for an appraisal. A buyer will have to do that. And they usually sell for more than an appraisal. So Frank Duran will give you the real number based on his 27 years of experience. It's free of charge, complimentary, and no obligation. 303-920-1622. 920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. So let's talk to Ron. Oh, we have Ron himself with us. Is that who we have? Ron Larson Tax Relief. Ron, thank you. Usually we talk to someone else on the team. I love to talk to one of the head honchos. You know, we're getting a lot of these calls, Ron, about people who their taxes are rejected. Like Tad, his taxes were rejected because they said he already filed, and he didn't file. And you've heard of that. What does he do?
First of all, thank you for calling me. Yes, normally you get to talk to somebody in my team much smarter than me, but you got me today.
Okay.
This IRS fraud, Tad, I am so sorry that has happened to you. It's nothing you've done. It's the bad people out there in the world.
Yeah.
Defrauding the federal government and causing serious hardship to the innocent individuals like yourself.
Is it as simple as somebody got his Social Security number, or does it mean they took everything?
In the end, they take everything. You know, they get one piece of information, they figure out how to dig for more, they get your birth date, they get your current address, all of the information they need to go onto a 1040 tax return.
But why do they do that? Do they do that to get your refund if you have a refund coming?
They file a fraudulent tax return claiming a huge refund.
Okay.
So they file a fraudulent tax return claiming a huge refund. The IRS issues that refund into some bank account, where then that bank account then goes to the Caymans, to India, to, I don't know, North Korea, Russia, China, maybe Nevada, and it's nearly impossible to track that down and pull it back to the IRS. So they take the refund, cash the check, and then move on.
Oh, man. Okay, so if you are rejected, what do you do?
This is one of the few, I'm glad you asked, Tom, this is one of the few places where the IRS actually has good, clear instructions on their website. You do go to irs.gov. You scroll down till you hit identity theft, click that, and they will give you good directions on how to start solving it.
Did you do that, Tad?
Yes, we got the directions from the accountant, and I went through all of that, and I also made a request for identity thefts. They want to get a copy of the fraudulent return. I've also placed that. It's a form 4506-F. So I've also done that.
Good. And so now he just sits tight, Ron, and waits?
Well, no, my understanding is he has to call a local IRS office. He has to make an appointment, and he has to go in personally with identification, whether it's a passport or a driver's license, birth certificate. Go in, and you are actually going to meet with an IRS, I'm not going to say agent, but an IRS person to start getting this straightened out.
Okay. Now, did you do that yet, Tad?
No, I was not aware of that.
Yeah. So that, Ron and Jack Larson Tax Relief, they know a lot about tax problems. I mean, most of the time what they do is help people with audits, back taxes, non-filers, but they know it all. And so if he says, in addition to doing what you're doing, make an appointment, I would do it. And I would go in and bring your ID and get this thing behind you. Meanwhile, you've already filed, so you've done the right thing. Ron, what else are people facing nowadays in addition to identity theft?
One of the most frustrating things, if somebody didn't file a return timely and filed a paper copy later, the IRS is taking up to a year, and in some cases, more to process those returns. And if that taxpayer also has a liability, it's almost a catch-22. The IRS wants to get you into a resolution or levy you. You want to get in a resolution, but they won't put you in a resolution because that tax return is still not posted. So the IRS starts shooting a bunch of bullets at you.
Wow.
Even though you've done the best you can. Where no power of attorney can help with this identity theft.
Yep.
It has to be the taxpayer themselves. We can help with that second situation if you filed your taxes and they're just waiting to be processed. We can help buy you the time where you're not going to get levied by the IRS or harassed by the IRS.
Thank you very much. That's Larson Tax Relief, 844 Larson Tax. That's the number, LARSON, 844 Larson Tax. Real quick here, Richard, what is your comment on that Whirlpool stove that wasn't reaching temperature? It was actually the oven, and she's getting a new one. She's getting a refund. She gave up on Whirlpool. What's your comment?
Yeah, hi, Tom. Happy Easter.
Thank you.
Tom, I kind of like Appliance Factory Outlet. What do you know about them?
Okay, we have hot and cold with them. You know what? I haven't heard anything recently, but they've had a slew of good and bad. It depends on who you ask. You know, they get.
The reason.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now, here, okay, let me tell you, they have some they're selling without the factory warranties because they're seconds or something. Others they sell. I don't think they sell new like they sell new, but I don't think they're an approved dealer for some brands.
You mean like so scratched and dented doesn't have a warranty? Okay, got it.
In some cases, then they sell their own warranty, but we haven't had any recent complaints about them.
Yeah, what I like about them is they represent many brands, and usually the sales staff are pretty knowledgeable and can tell you the pros and cons of each.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, they
and
can.
I know GE have some high-end stuff. One line is Profile, and the other one is Monogram.
That's right. And GE has some good stuff. You're right. I don't want to say factory appliance outlet, appliance factory outlet, whatever. I'm not going to say they're bad, but it's funny how they run hot and cold. We either get a bunch of complaints over a period of time or none. And really, it depends on who's handling the problems as to whether we get a call or not. They're not consistently one way or another. 303-713-8255. More coming up.
This is Denver's talk station. Don't let you know now. Dan Campus today at 4, 6:30 KHOW. Denver. Where you are. Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Discover.
Traffic on I-25 overall is looking pretty good right now. Some minor heavy traffic as you work your way southbound into downtown. Looking at 225, that is up to full speed now. No issues.
What's that?
I-70, although traffic a little heavy through the construction zone.
Because of my
as you work your way westbound towards York and the I-25 interchange, but no accidents I-70 at this point. Top 31 Pinpoint Weather. Mostly sunny skies today, a high of 66. Tonight, low dropping to 32, and then a warm up for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies, though, but a high reaching 80. Currently,
But the magnesium will help and the other stuff.
With prices soaring at the pump, Discover has
magnesium
your
also
back
is like a
with
muscle
cashback.
relaxer,
Use
right?
Discover to earn 5% cash back at gas stations and Target now through June on up to $1,500 in purchases when you activate. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com. Rewards.
TheLiquidLoan.com. What the heck is the Liquid Loan? I think it's one of the best loans in the business. What it is a 30-year line of credit. So it pays off your first, and now you have a first line of credit, meaning you can increase it. You can borrow more if you have the equity, and that's why people get the Liquid Loan, to have that equity, to be able to tap that equity. But in addition to that, you also have something else. You have the ability to pay down your mortgage anytime you want without penalty, or to just pay interest only. And you're only paying simple interest. So it's not like you're paying all the interest up front. In fact, if you're only going to be in your home a few years, you should pay interest only. Let the house appreciate and then sell it or move, and interest only is really cheap. Or you can change your mind and pay the principal 1 month or 2 or whenever you want. In fact, if you make your regular house payment like you used to, you're going to pay off your house quicker because you're not amortizing interest. Find out more at theliquidloan.com. Now, I'm going to tell you something about the Liquid Loan, okay? It's by Affordable Interest Mortgage. You will love these guys. Affordable Interest Mortgage. What they do is they'll walk you through the process and help you. 720-895-0500, theliquidloan.com. Now, speaking of finances, let's talk about creating income for your retirement. There are a couple ways to do that. You've heard me talk about Become the Banker, where you overfund life insurance on purpose. Now, what you do is you overfund life insurance and build cash value tax-free. And you can borrow from it through your life for cars, for college, for vacations, and then pay it back with interest, which shelters more money. Another thing you can do is with the Become the Banker is you can just let it sit there, but no matter what you borrow, the life insurance proceeds pay it back, so you're not going to be in debt. Another thing is buying an annuity. An annuity can create income, the right kind. Find out more at mymoneymyway.com, mymoneymyway.com.
Welcome to Mi Casa, Catherine.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes.
What's that?
Do you have muscle relaxers at home?
I think I threw them out. I was doing so well, I think I threw them out. You know what? Muscle relaxers make me feel shitty. They're like loopy. There's something about them that's weird, but I think I threw them out. You know what? I get these long periods where I don't have any problems, and then just like that. It's amazing. It's just amazing to me. And I gotta function, man. I gotta function.
You remember those exercises I showed you where you push on your stomach? Do you remember that? Do you remember those?
Yeah.
You might want to try like pushing on your stomach and kind of trying to tighten your abs a little bit, because that helps. Like it reminds your back that you have those muscles to help, and that might help it release a little bit.
Never knew.
Yeah, this physical therapy I'm going through is amazing.
Drains only get worse. Online Services can help. With 93 are free. If they can't clear your drains for just $93, all is free, along with a full diagnosis. And Plumbline does all major drain work directly, no third parties. And if you've been told you need work, get a free second opinion. Turn to the experts. Plumbline Services. Earning your trust since 1998. Schedule online. No phone call, no hassle, no wait. PlumlineServices.com.
I'm Catherine Townsend, host of the true crime podcast, Hell and Gone. In October 2015, 18-year-old Evie Stepwick vanished without a trace.
And then the fact that they found her phone in her car, her wallet, her keys in her car, that right there tells me someone planned this.
I'm back in Arkansas, investigating what really happened to her. iHeartRadio is #1 for podcasts, and it's easy to see why. Listen to Hell and Gone on the iHeartRadio app. Or wherever you get your podcasts.
We'll start to the Denver Travel and Adventure Show. Discover thousands of vacation options and meet with destination experts who are on hand to help you plan your next trip. Find out where to go and what to do, who's open for business, and what travel protocols are in place. Plus, meet Andrew McCarthy and Peter Greenberg and attend dozens of informational seminars to help you get back to travel. Two days only, April 30th and May 1st at the Colorado Convention Center. Buy discounted tickets now at TravelShows.com. That's TravelShows.com. Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHAL.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. We have open lines. You can get right through at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So listen, this is a true story. Of course, I set them up like every 3 weeks or so to come in and give me an IV, Rocky Mountain IV Medics, into the studio, and they're here today. And it just so happens I did something. I got up wrong or something and wrenched my back a little. And the bottom line is that they came and I said, okay, so what do you have? And what's amazing is hydration will help no matter what. When you're not feeling good, hydration just helps. A lot of people get hydration when they have the flu, when they had COVID. They get it when they're in pain. They get it for hangovers. They get it for migraines. So Andrea's with Rocky Mountain IV Medics. So you administered some Toradol. Does that help with pain, Toradol?
Toradol does. It's like a really heavy ibuprofen.
Okay.
It's an NSAID.
And doing it intravenously, of course, supposedly, not supposedly, I mean, you're absorbing it immediately, right? Isn't that what intravenous does?
Yeah. If you do intravenous or even a shot in the skin, it'll absorb a lot better than going through our digestive tract.
And then you also have, and this is, again, there's different formulations for different things. What does magnesium do for pain? Is that like a muscle relaxer?
So magnesium is a smooth muscle relaxer, and it also has some anti-inflammatory effects to it as well.
Okay. And then in general, what do people do for hangovers? I don't have one, but I'm curious. What kind of an IV is good for a hangover? I always hear about hangover relief. What actually helps?
Right. So the fluids itself is great because you're dehydrated after you've been drinking. Magnesium helps with headache. The Toradol is amazing for headaches. And then we also have anti-nausea medications as well, and Pepsid, which helps as well.
Okay. So basically, when do you get those calls? Seriously, I often wondered, do you get them like on a regular Monday, or do you get them only after holidays?
You know, most people think that would be the majority of our business, but it really isn't.
Oh, it's just a little part?
Small percent of our business, yeah.
Do you get people who don't have any problems? They just want IV because it makes them feel good and they hydrate?
Absolutely.
Really?
Just general health and, just want to get those vitamins in them and help their body function to the maximum level.
Is that most of your business?
A majority of mine is also a lot of sickness, like if people get colds or stomach flu, something.
Okay. And much COVID anymore? You guys do in-home tests as well. Are you finding many cases recently or what?
So it's really dropped off. We have not seen that much, thankfully. But we have seen a couple of cases here and there for sure.
Okay. And of course, hydration helps for everything. I mean, if you're in the hospital, you're getting hydration. Hey, Doc, when you had COVID and you were hospitalized, you had a pretty severe case. Did you get fluids?
Oh, immediately.
They do that immediately. And you delivered 40,000 babies or so. Is IV, like when people are having babies, do they get IV?
Well, there are two reasons to get an IV. One is for hydration, and the second is once you have an IV line, you can administer whatever medications they need immediately without having to restart the IV. So as soon as you get into an emergency room or a hospital,
they do it immediately almost, don't they?
So you have access to medications immediately.
303-713-TALK. Okay, Andrea, either you or anyone on your team, I say people meet at truck stops, hotel rooms, offices, in this case, a studio. What's the weirdest place? Did you ever meet anybody like in a weirder place, or did any of your team, did any of them have stories about meeting, like you're mobile? So give me an idea, or basically, did we cover them all?
Yeah, weirdest place for me has been parking lot.
A parking lot.
Family got their lawn chairs out. An IV party. It was awesome. But we did have one provider that posted in a meat deli section at like a store. They were giving an IV in there. So, yeah.
Okay. So if you can do it, you can do it. Hey, Greg, thanks. And that's RockyMountainIVMedics.com, 720-987-2155. You can text that for appointments. Hey, Greg, what's going on with your Mercedes?
Hi, Tom. The lady that's involved in this, who, once again, is partially deaf and she's at work, she couldn't be on right now, but she texted me a whole string of texts from Mercedes-Benz Westminster.
Okay, and again, I want to bring this up again. It is a problem in general. In specific, Westminster, who used to be the best service department in the metro area, has gone to the worst dealership in the metro area. How that happens in a few short months over the past year, I don't know, but we've got more complaints about them than any other dealer, and especially their service department, and it's quite sad. And I swear to God, when I say this, it caused me to switch brands because, in my opinion, I mean, it's just not worth the hassle of having to struggle for decent service. So let's talk about this now in particular. You're calling for a friend, and explain the situation with the Mercedes.
Okay. So originally her car stopped running. She had it towed into Mercedes-Benz Westminster. They told her they had to order a computer part in order to get it running, a computer module, and that it could be 5 weeks or longer to get the module in.
Yeah, but and we're talking 5 weeks, and you said, wait a minute, that doesn't sound reasonable to me. So you went looking around, and what did you find?
I got another shop who ordered the part in 1 day, and has already installed it, and she has her car back.
Yeah, in 1 day. And she was upset because it took a while to find this out, of course. And she was upset because she was renting a car.
Exactly. She's got over 5 weeks on a rental car.
But what I don't like is the accusation you made. Not that I don't like your accusation. I don't think it happened. You said, now this is you said they purposely delayed it to frustrate her in order to get her to take a cash offer on her car.
Yeah, I've got a whole string of texts that I haven't been able to read everything yet, but they obviously did offer her what I will call lowball offers through this process.
Okay, so now the car is up and running. What do you want from Mercedes-Benz of Westminster?
Well, she was extremely upset after the fact that they still charged her the diagnostic fee after she's racked up over $2,000 in rental car fees. And Tom, why wouldn't Mercedes-Benz Westminster be able to get a part in like the local repair shop that's not a dealership?
Okay.
Why would it take so long to get a part in?
You know what? I don't know. And here's what I'm going to do. We tried to call them, as we do with every problem. And they have stopped communicating with not only us, but with customers. So I have one thing to say. Mercedes-Benz of Westminster went from the best to the worst. They did. And I think...
Didn't you try to call them on Friday?
Well, we tried calling them. We always try calling them. Deputy Smarty Pants said they didn't return one email nor one phone call at all. Okay, so we have to take this break. But I think it's time to go to war with Westminster. And basically, we do on-air reviews, as we say. I'll explain that coming up. Hold on.
Didn't you call the owner on his...
Yeah,
personally?
We didn't get any response.
Yeah.
He's tried a couple times. Yeah.
Well, I know Friday you tried to call the owner himself.
Overall, not so bad. We do have some paving work going on. Causing slow traffic, though, westbound T4.
Have you ever had any lidocaine patches?
Yeah, they don't do shit. I mean, nothing. It's like a joke.
Some people.
I've had the most powerful and the least powerful. I mean, they do nothing. You know what? Nothing does anything. Except, like high doses of narcotics, which I can't take. Because they'll kill me. Can't do it.
With prices
and they, you know what? They truly don't help you. To be honest with you, I used years ago when I took them. They just make you feel good, but they truly don't do away with pain.
Learn more at discover.com/rewards.
I wish this wasn't true.
But you can't do an insurance claim on your house and be treated fairly by your insurance company. It's just a fact. And I'm serious. And I'm an authority to speak because I've been handling consumer problems for 40 years. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado work for you, and they'll make sure you don't get screwed. What does a public adjuster do? Now, remember, they're public adjusters working for the public. Don't mistake that for an insurance adjuster or for a independent insurance adjuster. An independent insurance adjuster works for insurance companies. They call themselves independent because they have their own company. But make no mistake, they're not your friend. The only time to be safe is to have your claim reviewed for free complimentary by Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. They'll go over it and let you know if they can help you. And if they say they can, you'll get way more money for your claim from them than you could ever do on your own. And it's for a small contingency. 720-715-0000. COClaims.com. SheridanAutotech.com. Sheridan Autotech, I've said it before. They have everything you want, everything in an auto repair shop. First of all, they have longevity. But what good is longevity if they don't have honesty? And what good is honesty if they don't have experience and knowledge? And then you want convenience and value. How haughty of you to want all that stuff. But guess what? Sheridan delivers. SheridanAutotech.com, 2 locations, Lakewood and Aurora. Go online to find out more. SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242. You know I like reverse loans under the right circumstances. And no matter what the circumstances are, you need the right people to do the loan. Approval Reverse is one of those lenders I wholeheartedly can send you to. Joan Sullivan and her team are there to help you. 303-771-3528 if you have any questions about reverse loans. ApprovalReverse.com. 303-771-3528.
There's nothing.
I'd like to know the real story behind this
commercial to 52886.
Which one? Yeah, where they say they're taxing. Do you know what they're talking about, this bill to tax local radio stations?
No, I never heard of it.
I mean, obviously this is a propaganda spot, but I wonder what it really means.
If you have hard water buildup on your faucets and fixtures or rust,
Where did you hear about this?
On this ad.
Oh, they're playing now?
Well, they did.
Oh, I missed it.
Water Pros. They play it a lot and family owned and are dedicated to providing affordable solutions to your water problem.
Oh, that could kind of hinder.
Now,
why is there one up here? Oh, that's
Just to
that.
keep it out of your way.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay, I see.
And sign up for consultation today.
Tax day is nearly here, and Chanel is stressing. Always wait till the last minute. Her small business needs a bookkeeper.
You know what's amazing to me is how Twitter is panicked over having to have free speech.
Yep.
They're panicked.
So do you understand what a poison pill is?
Yeah, kind of, not really. They pass a law, not a law, a company regulation that says under certain circumstances, certain things happen and require anybody pursuing the company to go through that. They make conditions for buying. And they make it so it's impossible, almost impossible. But the biggest thing is they devalue the stock, which sucks, on purpose. If I was a stockholder, I'd be really pissed.
Yeah, those are people that are getting screwed on those poison pills. Learn more at USPS.com/delivery. The final deadline for the Children's Hospital Colorado might be moving.
Well, if they devalue the stock, can't Elon still pay them the $54 a unit that he was going to pay when he made the offer?
What's that? Did you say?
I said, if they devalue the stock,
right?
He could still offer them the $54 a share, right?
Okay, they do something though to make it stupid for him to do that because they dilute it. They make it unattractive. That's why they call it a poison pill. It's so stupid though because it hurts the company.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. WaterPros.net. Don't forget WaterPros if you want the most delicious drinking water right at your sink for under $1,000 fully installed. WaterPros.net. Triple filter, reverse osmosis. It doesn't even take electrical power. It runs off the power of the water. WaterPros.net. The best for the least. Now, Andrea has a question about commercial building and construction. And Greg, we haven't forgotten about you with Westminster. I have a plan, but I want to take Andrea for a sec. Go ahead, Andrea. What's going on? Okay, Andrea hung up, so I'll go back to Greg. So, Greg, listen, on this Westminster thing, it's clear they're not going to answer. I think they're going down in flames, to be honest with you. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to hear about some big shakeups there, possibly going out of business. And I just think that, unfortunately, they suck. Okay, I don't know how else to put it. They just suck. And what we can do is let them know, because my show deals in facts and in real complaints. And I just went over my complaint log. I cannot believe how many complaints we've had about Mercedes-Benz of Westminster. What's really amazing to me is how much they suck. I mean, it just amazes me because they were so good. That's the part that amazes me. I mean, that if they weren't so good, being so bad wouldn't mean that much. But in any case, I think what we need to do is we need to let them know. And I don't know if that'll help you. I doubt they'll ever respond to you. They don't care. They don't care. I just don't know what else to say. Mercedes-Benz of Westminster is the worst dealer right now to deal with when it comes to Mercedes. I can't believe anyone would go there. So that's what it is. And here's their phone number. And I'm not asking you to be rude. They spend thousands of dollars to get you to pay per click. They spend thousands of dollars for SEO. They spend thousands of dollars to remind people to review them. So what I'm going to say is review them. And they don't have to spend a dime. Call them. Call them and say you heard about them on the show. You won't use them, and you'll tell your friends not to use them. And then maybe change happens. The number is 720-420-1099. 720-420-1099. That's 720-420-1099. And they suck.
We started out as a humble little family jewelry store in Inglewood, Colorado. Today, 75 years later, Williams Jewelers is one of America's largest family-owned fine jewelers. You see, our family at G. Williams had two rules: sell the best or sell nothing at all.
And treat everyone you're blessed to serve exactly the way you want to be.
We live by that. You see, even today, in our third generation, as big as we've become, there's always a Williams at Williams. I'm Dylan Williams.
I'm Shayna Williams.
And I'm Shayna and Dylan's dad, Steve Williams. And I'm Bruce Williams. Join us all this year as we celebrate Williams Jewelers' 75th Diamond Jubilee.
How do you post a new? How do you post a new review?
Williams Jewelers,
a Google review. How do you do it?
Search for them in the Google page, and then it'll have one of the tabs say review.
Go to Yelp. People use Yelp 10 times more than Google for reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10. Streaming live on our free iHeartRadio app and at khow.com.
ABC News, I'm Phil Lipoff. It could be Mariupol's last stand with Russian forces surrounding the city. Ukrainian forces are rejecting a Russian ultimatum to surrender or be eliminated. ABC's James Long is in Ukraine.
The small group of Ukrainian fighters hold out in Mariupol, dug in at the Azovstal steel plant, a sprawling complex of underground tunnels. Russia delivering its ultimatum: surrender or be, quote, eliminated. But the Ukrainians rejecting the Russian demands, defiant. Civilian casualties in the city massive. Ukrainian officials put the number in the thousands, but the true toll is unknown.
And in Lviv, missiles rained down on the western city overnight, with reports of at least 6 people killed. Several mass shootings over the weekend, among them 9 people.
Okay, so I'm here on Yelp. I'm logged in, but I don't see any place to place it. I went to Westminster and found it, but there's no place to post.
On Yelp?
Yeah. I don't see any place to post. I mean, I'm here and looking, but I see, write a review. Okay, will it go to that one now? Hold on. Now I have to name it again. Okay.
first Cedar Valley Baptist Church in Toledo, Texas, congregants brought their own folding chairs to an open-air sermon. Pastor Donnie Jackson.
There it is. Okay, so I do that. Write a review. Okay.
25 people were hurt, but no one died in last Tuesday's tornado. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
A teenager missing for 3 years has been found alive. 19-year-old Hunter Jack Oswald, who had autism, was found near Park City, Utah. Hunter was reported missing in Clear Lake, California in September of 2019. Hunter is now safe in a treatment facility. The California mother who admits faking her own kidnapping is set to plead guilty. Sheriff Mahini appears in court today, days after entering into a plea deal with the federal government. Bill Libaugh, ABC News.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technology Advisors do. They have the Leases, PCs, and pocket bags you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simple experience you can always be looking for. People all over to I recommend they do their all-in-one phone video collaboration solution. Yep, switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user plus tax savings. Now you're kidding. Visit Uma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Smart communication for a smarter business. J-Home News Time, 11:03. A wildfire tornado temporary closure allows 78 people evacuated for the full treatment. Fire officials said that the fire rejection was 60% contained. 88 acre blaze broke on Saturday afternoon. Evacuation on the south region. Officials say no 12% loss due to the fire. We're going to free for a free from the wind today.
It was incredibly windy over the weekend and today. That wind is finally settled. A touch of a breeze, about 5 to 10, maybe up to 15 miles an hour.
But Fox 31 meteorologist Riley Burton says winds will return tomorrow with temperatures warming up to the upper 70s. The city of Denver is apologizing to the city's Chinese community for an anti-Asian riot that destroyed homes and businesses in the 1880s. American apology over the weekend. The city plans to work with the community to establish an Asian Pacific historic district as well as a museum dedicated to Asian Pacific culture. That's the latest Chat Hour. Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Couple problem spots as you work your way around the area. Right lane accident west on Boulder Turnpike at Wadsworth. So watch for some slower traffic there. Also, we are seeing slow traffic on C4 suddenly down the south end, west out of Carroll. Paving operations going on. Slowing traffic back to Stickling. And once you get past Stickling, your westbound drive on C4 70 looking good, working your way up towards I-70 and no back to the top 31 Pinpoint Weather. A high of 66 today, tonight low 32, and then even warmer for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy.
Search on Google for Mercedes Benz. It'll come up like that, and just find the one that looks like that.
Yeah.
And then hit review.
Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to
Okay. Okay, I'm going to do that. So you.
The safer you drive, the more you can save. And Allstate Better Protection costs a whole lot less. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Okay, so you went there, and then you went to. Hold on, I went to. That's there, right?
See, there's no place to. Do you notice that? See? So it doesn't show up on the web. Edit your review, but so they don't let you post a new one. That's weird.
Yeah.
I guess if you've already done one, they call that enough.
That's weird.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Garage Magic is magic to your garage. If you are going to get coverings, like floor covering, I mean like, an epoxy coating or a coating, go with polyaspartic and Garage Magic. Polyaspartic, in my opinion, much better than epoxy, but it has to be done correctly, and Garage Magic is the place. Get beautiful pool decks, sidewalks, patios, garages, even industrial buildings. 720-600-HOME. 720-600-HOME, garagemagic.com. All right, let's keep going and see what we can do for you. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, give us a call, and we're going to find out if we can help you or not. All right, Rebecca. What's going on, Rebecca?
Okay, well, just a follow-up call, Tom. They told me that Air Care would get back to me last week. And
okay, here's what happened with Rebecca, and it's crazy. I believe she has a car. It's a 84 Pontiac Fiero, and she kept it in good shape. She took it to Air Care Colorado, and they basically ruined her engine on a dynamometer. And they say we're not responsible for it. And I think we called them, and I thought they were going to do something. Who handled this? Did you handle it, Deputy Doc?
I don't think so, Tom. It doesn't sound familiar.
In any case, they never got back to you?
No, I waited.
You only had 93,000 miles on this, right?
Yes.
And, okay, who did you talk to from our office, Rebecca, that was helping you?
Well, I talked to Suzanne, and then I just went on your Friday show.
Okay, I believe we gave you a number, and they said. And did you talk to the guy at Air Care? No, I know what it is. I think she emailed someone, and they said they would look into it.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything, so that's why I was calling today, because it's been a whole week already.
I'm going to wait until Suzanne gets back here tomorrow, and we will check with her. She has a contact at Air Care Colorado, and she said that they have paid for cars in the past. They definitely made a stupid mistake with this 84 Pontiac Fiero, 93,000 miles. They put it on a dynamometer, right?
Yes.
And they blew the engine. When they blew the engine, how'd you get it out of there?
They pushed it out of there, and then I had to have a tow truck tow me home.
And they didn't take when they pushed it out of there, they didn't say, like, oh, we're sorry?
No, and as a matter of fact, the woman that was in charge, she must have been a supervisor. All she kept hollering at me was, we only do the muffler test on 81 and under, and just was so excited and just furious with me. And I'm like, what are you hollering at me for? You just blew up my car. I mean, I was just so upset, Tom. I mean, I didn't even know which way was up after that. And like now, I'm so searching for a mechanic, somebody to even help me look at it. But the car is so old, no one wants that responsibility. I can't.
What do you mean to look at it? To see what it's going to take to fix?
Yes, because I don't, I haven't even started it since that day, because I know, I know exactly what they did to my car. And
well, to get a diagnostic done, and an idea of what's wrong with it, SOS inspections would be good.
Okay. Well,
Norris.
SOS inspections.
Yeah,
okay.
And the website is usedcarcheckout.com. That's a start to find out what's wrong with it, and he can tell you if the whole engine's gone or what. But give him a call. I mean, that's where you want to start. But as far as taking it in, putting it on a lift and all of that, that depends on what's wrong. People don't want to get, have a car there that it may not be worth fixing. Rebecca, this is a terrible situation. And I'll have a note for Suze to call you back when she finds out from her contact what's going on. 303-713-TALK, taking any and all calls. Glenn, what's going on? Hello, Glenn.
Yes, Tom. My wife passed away on January 25th, and I had to wait several weeks to get her death certificates because she was an organ donor. So when I did get them, I knew I had to call the Social Security office to set up an appointment so I could get survivor benefits.
Well, yeah, survivor benefits, would you be entitled to them? Survivor benefits are only if your Social Security was lower than hers.
Oh, that I did not. Okay. From my understanding that I am authorized to get $255.
Okay.
Because I'm her spouse.
Well, it depends, but I'm not going to get into that. You'll find that out when you have your meeting. It all depends on how much you're getting and what half of her benefit is. But there's a formula. And if you were making the more than her, you're usually not going to get anything. Survivor benefits usually take the surviving spouse, and it gives them the equivalent of one half of the deceased benefit, unless they're already getting more than that. But anyway, so what's happening?
Well, so every time that I call, the first time I called, I was told to call back no later than March 31st. So I called on March 30th, and I was told to call back April 1st. So I called back on April 1st. They put me out.
Hello?
3 days later.
Yeah.
Called on 3 days later, and says, "Oh, well, call back on 3 days later. We will get you an appointment set up." Every time I call them, this is the response that I get: "Call back on such and such a date." I never get set up with an appointment.
Okay. All right, listen. How much was she getting in her benefit?
It wasn't much because she became disabled when our kids were really young, and she was no longer able to work.
There is a one-time pay. How much did you say you're entitled to?
$255.
Right, but okay. I know what you're talking about. You're not talking about a monthly benefit, are you?
No.
Okay, I mistook you. You're talking about what they call the burial benefit.
Right.
Yeah, you're entitled to that, but you're not entitled to ongoing payments. So I misunderstood you. I thought you were trying to get what would a widow calls, or actually a widow or widower calls a survivor's benefit, is meaning that they get part of their deceased spouse's benefit, but you're not entitled to that unless you made less than them. So in this case, you just want the $255.
Right.
You have to apply within 2 years of the date of death. So you have time.
Right, and I understand that, but it's like...
So just they won't even let you make an appointment?
No. Every time I call, they tell me call back is anywhere between 3 to 5 days.
Just go down in person and make an appointment.
I don't even know if you can get in there without an appointment.
Well, you just tell them that you want to make an appointment. It's much easier to argue with them when you're right there than to be turfed on the telephone. I think that if you went in person, you'd be able to at least make an appointment.
So I don't understand. Are you saying they won't even let you make an appointment?
No, they won't. They tell me to call back anywhere between 3 to 5 days later.
And every time you call back, they keep telling you to call back.
Yes.
Where are you? What office would you go to? Where are you located?
I live in Lafayette, so I would have to go over to Louisville.
Okay. There is an office there, right?
Yes.
Well, okay, I see it right here. Hold on. You can make an appointment online.
Okay. I guess I can try that.
They say you can make an appointment online. Let's see. But
okay, when I Google that, then it shows that 800 number for you to call. They do not have. I didn't see a way to set up.
Do you have a login? Online. Do you have a username and password?
No.
Well, you have to sign up for an online access.
Okay.
And then when you sign up for an online access, you then go online and make an appointment.
Oh, okay. I will try that.
And also, you can call, I think you can call that office. I think you can call that office directly.
Not that I found. Because every time that you call, well, when I Google it, they give you this 800 number. And I'm starting to believe it's just a national number.
It is. It's not. I thought there was a local number. Now, every time we get into discussions about survivors' benefits, people email me or text or whatever and saying that we're wrong, that the surviving spouse does not get 50%. They get the whole thing. They get the higher of the two benefits. I do not believe that's correct, but I'm not an expert at Social Security. I'd like to get an expert at Social Security. Who do we have that knows about Social Security? Do we have anyone online, on our list, I wonder, that could just tell us about Social Security benefits? Because I believe you get one half of the deceased benefit or your benefit, whichever is more. That's what it amounts to. Now, that's what I've read, but again, I can't go back and research it while I'm live on the air. Look it up, Deputy Doc, if you can. Survivors benefits. 303-713-TALK. But Glenn, I don't know what to tell you, man. I think that you can call that office. I just looked it up, and I can't do it again. But hold on here. They do have. Well, no, it is an 800 number. He's right. It's in Louisville, but it has an 800 number. But I believe you can make an appointment online. To me, calling up and keep saying, let me ask you something. Deputy Doc, can you call the toll-free number for Social Security? It's 800-772-1213. 772-1213. I would like to ask them, basically, can you make an appointment? Let's just ask them that and find out.
Okay, I'm just looking up the retirement benefits.
To apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack. Meanwhile, 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/try.
Maybe you do need a login to schedule an appointment. That would make sense.
Driver available to pick up your
Empower Reverse Mortgage, a reverse lender that I recommend. Why? Because, first of all, if you're going to get a reverse loan, you need the right people to talk to, people that'll counsel you, people that'll help you pick the right product, whether it's going to be a line of credit or it's going to be a lump sum or maybe monthly payments. And remember, with a reverse loan done properly, you will never be upside down in that loan. And most likely your home is going to appreciate way beyond the amount you get on a reverse because it's only figured on a portion of your equity. So get the right people. Empower Reverse Mortgage is one of them. Mark Massey and his team, they have a special place in their heart for seniors and will take care of you. Ask any of your questions. They even have a product that goes down to 55 years of age. The normal ones are 62 and older. EmpowerReverse.com, 720-500-7719. That's 720-500-7719. Excel Roofing. Don't make the mistake of getting the wrong roofer. Get the excellent roofer, Excel Roofing. Someone I know and trust, and I've used for at least 3 or 4 roofs, plus repairs. You can too. He's been around, the first roofer on my referral list at referralist.com. They don't take a cent until you're content. It's the right way to run a company, the Excel way. Project managers for each job that you communicate with fully, and you never have to pay. You never have to turn over insurance checks until you're completely satisfied with the completed job. Plus, all of their estimates and all of their contracts are in writing, specifying materials and how much you'll need, so you'll have accurate information to present to your insurance company. And they'll work with your insurance company or your public adjuster. ExcelRoofing.com for the best job, the excellent job, the honest job. 303-761-6400.
So, you want the highest price for your home?
Listen Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. to our
So why is that going in so slow? Is it me?
Like a valve in there or something.
On your referral list, Social Security comes up with Hull and Zimmerman.
Considering
With
a pension buyout,
Hull
a
and
severance
Zimmerman?
package, or what to do with your 401k. Hi, I'm Linda.
I don't know if you want me to
Your
give
money.
Just ask them if they know about survivors' benefits in general, just to come on and talk about it. See,
Okay, all right.
I've never seen that little gadget.
It's like a big blood pressure
Yeah.
Force feed you a little bit.
Put the juice in faster.
Yeah.
Well, by now it's because of our personal experience.
Those valves, when you get down to the bottom, there's not much pressure for
and
it
for
to
me and
push.
Christian, especially Dr. Van Zeppelin, they've done tremendous
any
work
better
in
now?
putting an implant for my wife that's indistinguishable from the original tooth, except it's stronger than the original. And even before our experience, I had great trust in Aspen Dental because of the hundreds of glowing reviews and more than a dozen years in a row of Aspenwood Dental being voted among the top dentists in the state.
I just want to know if it's possible. That's it. Yeah.
Even more people want to take care of my family. I truly believe in and trust Aspenwood Dental, and once you visit them, whether you have to have missing teeth replaced or for your family dentistry, you'll understand why. If you're considering implants, please get in touch with Aspenwood for an absolutely free consultation and learn how it all works. You'll never.
I don't know how. Just standing up did this.
That's AspenwoodDental.com.
Just a little twist or something simple.
It's always something just simple.
It's not like lifting heavy stuff.
We always encourage making an appointment at the football dramatic increase in home values. This may be the perfect time to put that and wearing a mask are required in our offices. We will provide masks that do not have loans or the interest rate debt. Please be aware of individuals impersonating Social Security employees we can do this with no closing costs. That whether it's a conventional FHA or VA loan, title, settlement, lender, and reporting fees. So call Westline 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
You can find the Social Security Administration online at www.socialsecurity.gov.
Sorry, man. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Update my personal information or find a Social Security office. So how can I help you?
Make an appointment.
Only pay for what you need.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Biscuit Sandwich. Just $1. Finally, we get a day with light wind. Temperatures today in the upper 60s with sunshine, and that wind only around 5 to 15 miles per hour. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather
You heard that.
over Skyly Burst. Wendy's knows the better breakfast starts with the
I
better
bet you can do it
biscuit.
online.
That's why you
Yeah.
can get a hot and buttery Wendy's breakfast biscuit with
Always
bacon
much
or
easier
sausage,
than-
fresh cracked egg and cheese for just $1. Get your Wendy's Buck Biscuit Sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Don't forget the insurance checkup. I'm telling you, this could save your bacon. I mean, there are so many people that are not going to be able to rebuild up in those Boulder and Marshall fires. Why? Because they were underinsured. Yeah, the dwelling amount wasn't enough. You better make sure you're not underinsured, but more importantly, you're not paying too much for the insurance you do have. An independent look, 303-996-9000. Let's talk. Now, we have a number of issues we're trying to get answers on. We're going to try to find someone on survivors' benefits. We also have Rocky Mountain IV medics in the house. Don't forget, you can call or text them at 720-987-2155. And we have Chris, who has a question on pods, which is a moving system. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tom, we've got a neighbor who's put one of these pods. It's actually a branded pod with pod-style storage units in their driveway.
Yes.
And it's been there about three months. And great neighbors, but they do have an issue of too much stuff. I think they're using it for overflow from the house.
Well, pods is a moving system, and they actually don't allow you to keep it because you pay for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if the pod system, it may not be the moving pod.
Well, this is a regular pod. I called their phone number even to talk to them.
And what do they say?
Well, they don't know anything about city zoning, so they said, they have nothing to do with it. But I was wondering if Denver zoning, how long you can leave that in your driveway.
Well, okay. I don't know. I thought they had some kind of a time limit. Otherwise, they go out of business. I don't know if they have to pay. To me, the way I thought it was a one price, and you get the pod for a certain amount of time. They may have turned it into a storage. In fact, they say that waterproof storage units can be used. They may be using it as as storage and not moving. That's what it just occurred to me. I did not realize they are a storage system as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And it says pods,
living in the neighborhood.
They're on a month-to-month basis. Listen, man, they're on a month-to-month basis. And you can there is no rigid schedule. So you're right, man. That could have been there 3 months. It might be there the rest. And I think whoever you talk to at Pods is right. They don't have anything to do with local. They don't have to abide by local zoning. They don't care. It's like if they sell a shed and you put a shed on your property and it's not allowed to be there. You need to call local zoning, and they must. I'll bet you local zoning and building. I'll bet you they have a limit to temporary sheds or temporary
storage.
Yep, because that's what it is. It's a temporary shed is what it is, or a temporary structure.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll call City and County of Denver zoning and see what they say.
That's the only place, or neighborhoods could have covenants against it. Are you in a subdivision?
No. Our area is from 1963, so nothing exists.
See, the delivery and pickup charges are one thing, the monthly charges are another, and then the moving is another. So you can do it in any number of ways, but that's who you need to call for sure. Yep, I would if I were you. Now, Jesse wants to talk about a wheel falling off. Jesse, you had called earlier. What are you calling about now, Jesse?
Yeah, so I first want to just say thanks for letting me get with Smarty Marty. He's going to put a few dings in your dinger.
Oh, really? Wait, is he on? Was he supposed to call in when you did, or did you just tell him you were going to call in?
I just told him I was calling in because I got an email back from the general manager today saying that they are going to, out of act of goodwill, repair the vehicle of all damages.
Now, what kind of car was it?
It was a 2014 Nissan Pathfinder.
Now, explain what happened. This is amazing.
So, previously we had some work done on my tires, and a few miles, 1,000 miles, 3,000 miles later, my tire had fallen off on the middle of the freeway.
But are you the one, though, that said you heard a rubbing noise?
Yeah, it was making some kind of clunking. Well, at first there was rubbing noise, and we had a lot of repairs done to it. And then went on a trip and came back, and then I heard some more like clunking noises, and we made a call to get them repaired, or just to have them look at it. And so we were taking it up to them, and on that way up to do the appointment, my wheel fell off.
Yeah, and so you said, and by the way, we had an expert look at it, and what did they find?
Yeah, from Honest Accurate Auto, they said it looked like whoever was working on the tires didn't torque them down all the way.
So we thought for sure, listen, we thought under these circumstances, if there's too many coincidences, and so we thought there was more to it here, more to it than we thought, and that possibly they could be liable to you. And what did that end up doing for you?
Oh, I mean, based on, exactly how you said it, like have an expert look at it, and just the two guys down there, they said, it just seems like they did something where they should have torqued it down. And coming on your show and you advising that and getting the right people in my hands, Smarty Marty's been doing a great job talking with managers and just saying.
Have they done anything yet?
The things that they have done was they came down to pick up the car all the way from Denver down to the Springs to pick up the car, towed it back up.
Oh, good.
They paid for the towing, and they paid for the inspection of Honest Accurate Auto. So they've been
paid. Man, so okay, they're coming through. What's the name of this place again?
Yeah. It's Larry H. Miller Jeep in Aurora.
Right. Larry H. Miller. Yep. You know what? That is a big deal. And you're right. It does deserve my dinger. Thank you, bro. Thank you for calling in. It absolutely deserved my dinger, not to mention all of our appreciation. And Deputy Smarty Pants, man, he's been hitting it out of the park again. All right. We'll come right back to him and more coming up. Hold on, Marty.
Feel better? The Toro working yet? Huh? Is the Toro working yet? Probably, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm in a lot of pain and I'm moving around better.
This report is sponsored by AAA Colorado Insurance. Couple problem spots as you work your way around the area. Right lane accident westbound Boulder Turnpike at Wadsworth. So watch for some slower traffic.
Smarty Pants says it's impossible to get him on the phone.
C470 down at the south end, westbound at
dealership.
Paving operations going on, slowing traffic back to Kipling.
Huh? The dealership? Is that what he's saying?
No, Smarty Marty says it's impossible to get Social Security on the phone.
Yeah, I just tried. They said all agents are busy. Try again. I thought you heard that because I had it on speaker.
Tried to call Helen Zimmerman, but nobody's available from their Social Security team. They're all doing depositions.
Okay. So I just looked it up, Tom. You just have to, you can apply for it within 2 years. It's no big deal. But I'm telling you, if he goes there in person and tries to make an appointment, they'll probably give it to him.
Yeah, it may not be the same day.
Right. That's what, but he'll be able to make an appointment.
Right.
If you go down in person, they can't hang up on you.
Wait, guys, wait.
Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado, the people that you want on your side when you have an insurance claim of any kind. Public Insurance Adjusters will take a look at your claim free of charge, and they'll let you know what they can do to help you. And if they say they can help you, you can rest assured they'll get you more money than you ever could on your own, and they have stats to prove it. So they take a small commission, a small contingency, they call it. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado, licensed to fight your insurance company on your behalf. COClaims.com. Don't do it alone. You can't ever expect to be treated fairly when it comes to when it comes to any kind of a claim on your home. In fact, public insurance adjusters will not only take a look at any active claim you might have, but any past claims to see if you were treated fairly. 720-715-0000, coclaims.com. Genesis Total Exteriors also does solar. Genesis, for everything on the outside of your house that you need help with, whether it's insurance related or not. If it is insurance related, by the way, it's convenient to have them because they can put everything on one invoice for you, whether it's the roof, the gutters, the siding, window damage, or doors, or decks, painting, outbuildings. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Also solar systems. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Welcome to me. I have no idea who M&M is. No idea whatsoever. So discrepant, so it doesn't get charged. Oh my God. I am so off of these.
Your whole house in another 2 days, so no more leaks or low water pressure. And then they'll offer to fix the hole so it's ready to paint. For about half the price of a plumber.
Got leaks or low water pressure? Call Weed Pipe Specialists. They'll repipe your whole house in 1 or 2 days with PEX tubing and then offer the option.
Are you busy these days?
It's slowed down a little bit, but I'm still pretty steady with all my redoing.
It has slowed down. Why do you think?
COVID. We're not seeing much COVID anymore.
No.
That's 303.
And notoriously, this time of year we do slow down. Every single year we slow down.
Or visit wepipe.com.
There's a reason that I trust the team at Aspenwood Dental Implant Center.
I imagine you have fewer calls in the summertime.
Well, by now,
Oh my God. I can't fucking take this. I wonder if I should just stand. How the fuck did it happen though? That's why.
You just turned the wrong way.
It's indistinguishable from the original tooth, except that it's stronger than the original. But even before our experience,
Do you have any stenosis in your spine?
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, well then if you twist, if you could just, it's your spine is probably a little bit mobile, and when you turn a certain way, you probably increase the pressure on the nerve root.
Yeah. I truly believe in and trust.
I mean, that's the most
once you visit them, whether you have to have
common explanation.
For your family dentistry, you'll understand why. If you're considering implants, please get in touch with Aspenwood for an absolutely free consultation and learn how it all works. You'll never regret it.
Hello, Thomas. This is Lily with National Transport Services.
AspenwoodDental.com.
Do you have a driver available to pick up your S7?
Twice?
Get this message, please
How's
call
that
us
even
back.
possible?
Our number
You
is
sell your home, get paid twice.
888-346-2202,
You can.
extension 102.
Orchard makes you a
Thank
solid
you. Talk to
cash
you
offer
soon.
on your
Bye-bye.
home.
That's to deliver your new car or to pick up your old one.
Orchard handles
No, my old one's gone.
paint, repair, clean, list, and show your home. And if your old home sells for more than Orchard paid you for it, you get the upside cash. That bears repeating. When your old home sells for more than Orchard paid for it, you get paid again. And that happens 99% of the time with Orchard.
So I was talking to my son yesterday, we played golf. He said some friends of his who were in their 30s bought a house. They paid $175,000 over asking price. It was the 8th house they bid on. And every house they bid, they went from 50 to 100 to 125 to 150. They finally bid 175 over and got a house.
My gosh.
They said that was the 8th time they put a bid in on a house. The other 7 were rejected because it wasn't enough over asking price. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Boogeymen. They were, bandits hidden in the mountains and shadowy figures.
I mean, the market is so out of whack.
Listen to White Eagle on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Deputy Smarty Pants, you were instrumental in getting this thing done. We really appreciate it. The wheel.
I just want to add.
Go ahead, sir. Now, just to bring people up to speed, his 2014 Pathfinder was worked on by Larry H. Miller in Aurora, and right after that, the wheel fell off. Go ahead, Marty.
Okay, so the consumer contacted me this morning telling me that he received confirmation from the GM in writing that they will go ahead and repair, but they want him to sign a release. So I told him to call you, and you'll give him ideas, or maybe, I don't know if you can have someone read
it depends on what, I don't know what the release is going to say, obviously. They're going to repair it, but then release what? What if they don't repair it properly? What does that mean? Do they want him to sign a release before they fix it or after they fix it? So, Jesse, what kind of release are they looking for?
So it's a settlement agreement. It looks like they've probably had a lawyer look, in their case and saying, we're going to do the repairs. It's going to cost us much. And then also say confidentiality, once you've signed this, you can't speak of this and just making sure that.
Well, they don't want to be slammed if they help you. Does it say you release them forever against any defect on that car?
That's what I'm trying to understand. And that's kind of why I was hoping to get some help, just understanding some of the jargon that's in there.
How long is this agreement, Jesse?
It's just 4 pages.
That's a long agreement, man. And I don't know if we have an attorney. No, I'm serious. Now, Jesse, you may want to have somebody look at it for you. Bro, we can't do it remote controlled. If you send it to us,
of course,
we might be able to get an attorney to look at it quickly, but here's the deal. Here's the problem, Jess. I don't mind doing little questions and answers like that, and our attorney gives advice, or our attorneys. Sure. But when you're looking at a 4-page document, and then you go ahead and sign it, then you have a future problem. You come back to our attorney and say, you gave me the wrong information. You didn't hire that attorney, so now this attorney is hooked into taking this case and hasn't made a dime. It gets very complicated. I don't know if you know enough to read it and just ask questions, but those are not uncommon. Let's put it that way. Those are not uncommon, but I always hesitate that it's upon completion, satisfactory completion of repairs. Because if they say we're doing repairs and then you forever hold us harmless from everything, no matter what, well, what if they don't do it right? I mean, so really, Jesse, it's not as easy as it sounds. They're common, but there's something that are usually negotiated. But I can see why they want it. They don't want you to keep coming back to them for problems on this car.
Mm. Yeah, and that was kind of my question was, how do I ask for any supplemental repairs? It just seems like
if you plan on doing that, then you can't sign it. Why are you even asking that question? Why would you want any supplement? Why would you want any supplementary repairs?
Well, Tom, what he means is, as they repair it, and if they find other things wrong, will they honor to repair those other things in addition to their agreement?
Not necessarily. No, not unless there's a direct connection, and their default.
A direct connection. A direct. Sometimes you'll bring it to a body shop, and then they'll find more things as they go along, as related.
I'll tell you what would be better than this, Jesse. What would be better than this is if you look. I can't tell you to sign that or not to sign it, but if you had your own people tell you what it would cost to fix it, and then settle for a dollar amount, that sometimes is better. Then you sign your release. Because then you control who repairs it and how they repair it. Mm-hmm. Having them do it, okay, let's say you tell them, it's okay. If you make the repairs, I'm going to release you. But they don't make the repairs. They just don't make them adequately. Or they shortchange you on parts. And then you have a major problem in a month. You can't go back to them. So it's all wonderful. They want to take care of it. And by the way, it doesn't sound like that's what they're doing. They've already paid for the diagnostic. They've already paid for the tow. It doesn't sound like they want to screw you. But I can't tell you to sign that release.
Right.
You know, just for grins, you can send it to us, and I'll have somebody look at it, but I don't think they're going to give you the advice on whether to sign or not. They're just going to tell you probably some of the things in it. And then you decide if you want to sign it or not. So send it to us. Kelly, tell him how he can send it to us during this show.
You got it.
All right, 303-713-8255.
Impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Discover.
Is there any way? Do we have any recorded spots for any of these that I just can't even raise my voice without hurting? Okay. So Frank Duran and Affordable. Okay, thank you. Liquid Loan or whatever. Okay. I can't.
Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, mostly sunny, a high of 66 today, tonight's low 32, and then even warmer for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies with a high reaching 80. Currently, it's 46. With your Impact and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630, hey how.
If you're a valued customer, you deserve a simple gesture of appreciation from your credit card company. And that's why Discover matches all of the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Right now, the real estate man can list your home and he proves to get more money and faster results. He also shines on the buying side with a team that actively searches out the market for the very best.
Can you turn off the sound? It's okay.
Even better deal. This is not just a job or a career to me. This is my passion.
Frank Duran with RE/MAX Alliance.
26 years of proven credibility.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. 303-920-1622.
Hey, Mario Courtney Lopez here. We know life's moments are definitely better together.
And Smart Mouth mouthwash gives us the confidence to always be ready to make the most of these moments.
Whether in studio, on the red carpet, or around the house, having the confidence to get close is amazing.
Our lives are better together with Smart Mouth. Just 2 rinses a day means fresh breath for 24 hours.
Find it at your favorite drug, grocery, or supercenter store, or save 20% at smartmouth.com/radio.
Affordable interest mortgage. My friend Kurt Rogers. You're looking for a loan? Let's talk about the asset manager. This is a line of credit. It'll pay off the loan you have, and then you know how you have money in your checking account that you use to pay your bills? Well, whenever your money is there, it counts against your daily average balance, and that means lower interest. You make your normal payments, or you can pay it down whenever you want, and you can draw it out when you want. You can log in and find out where your loan is. 24/7 loan status. It's called the Asset Manager. It is a great loan. I used to call it My Bank, My Loan, My Way. I love it. You can get it at aimortgage.net. They also do conventional, VA, and FHA. 720-895-0500. Their website is filled with information, and once you apply, you can actually log on to see the progress of your loan. The service is unmatched. 720-895-0500. aimortgage.net.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project. Right, Dad? You've got that right, Todd. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy. Ever since the 80s, we've proven ourselves by being picky. Tell the folks, Todd. Well, there's only one way we'll resurface cabinets. 1/4 inch, glued and nailed. Replacement kitchens, only custom-built cabinets by our own people for a fabulous look. Bathrooms, you can count on the tried-and-true Done Right bathroom renovation system. And windows and entry doors? Dad, how about your 2 cents worth? Well, it starts with a quality window or door, yes, but I'm here to tell you that preparation, installation, and finish are exactly why they'll be able to join those that say, Done Right, did right by me. So folks, whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, as always, you have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
When you're sick, injured, or experiencing an urgent medical problem, the last thing you want to do is leave your home to find care. Now, thanks to Dispatch Health, you don't have to, because Dispatch Health brings the power of the hospital to the comfort of your home. That's right. Receive same-day, high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the comfort and privacy of your home. Just call or click, and Dispatch Health comes to you, able to treat common to complex issues, including infections, flu, pneumonia, migraines, dehydration, UTIs, COPD, COVID-19, and much more. It's really that simple. Go to dispatchhealth.com to learn more. And now, Dispatch Health has advanced capabilities to deliver IV fluids and even take x-rays in the home. It's really that powerful. Plus, they're affordable and in-network with most health insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicare Advantage. So the next time you're sick or injured, stay home, stay safe, and let Dispatch Health come to you.
If you have certain chronic conditions, such as heart disease, asthma, diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older, 52, 36, 42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so let's talk. Rocky Mountain IV Medics in the house, if you have any questions for them. Does this take the place of drinking water? I've always meant to ask you that. Like, how long does it last if you have it done? I'm not saying people should do it instead of drinking water, for goodness sakes, but does it take the place of hydrating? Like, for the rest of the day?
No, I mean, we still need to drink water, and notoriously in Colorado especially, it's so dry here that we're so behind on fluids anyway. So what I tell people is I catch you up on the fluids, and it's your job to just continue drinking water and stay up on your fluids. And it just depends on the person how long it's going to last, how active you are, how hot it is, how big you are. It just depends on the person.
But how long does it last? That's that you're saying it depends on your size and all that?
Yeah, size, activity level, temperatures. Okay. Yeah.
RockyMountainIVMedics.com, by the way, and you can text 720-987-2155. So now, Jesse sent that agreement, and Jesse, you're going to have to hold, and we'll go over it and have somebody go over it during the break, okay? It's too hard to do it. I don't know where it is here on here. Is it way down at the end of this long stream? Okay, there it is. Okay. So let me just say, let's just do it live here. It's a confidential release of all claims. It's all the whereas the recitals are basically saying we want to do this. And it's a goodwill repair, a retail value of $3,000, contingent upon receipt of all of the considerations. So it says, agree the damage or retail value such represents full construction of all alleged damages related to the vehicle and the dispute and anything else promised. Okay. There is nothing else promised. I'm sorry. And it says here, in consideration set forth, basically you're going to release and discharge the dealership, its employees, its owners, and everyone else for anything known or unknown which have existed or may have existed or which do exist or which may result in the future. Look, man, liquidated damage. If the customer breaches, he's going to have to pay. Look, here's the deal, right? Jesse.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to tell you that if I thought they damaged my wheel and it fell off, I would sign it if I trusted them. I would not sign it if I didn't trust them. And what I would say is this: if you take that car from their dealership and immediately have a problem, you're done. If you sign this, I'm just telling you, I'm not giving you legal advice. So if it's important to you, then you're just going to have to make a choice, man. I mean, if it's a $3,000 repair, maybe you want to add wording. And I hesitate to even tell you this because I don't want you coming back saying that I gave you this, I gave you the wrong advice. But if it was me, all I'd want is that this is only executed upon my approval of the repair. And then I'd have an independent set of eyes look at it or something. I don't know what else to tell you. Otherwise, there's nothing to keep them in this agreement from making any repairs.
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
I'll from here, I'll kind of work with them.
Yeah. Tell them your concerns, work with them, do what you want. But man, look, this is a very comprehensive release. I mean, they even have damages in here for you to pay them. So and attorney's fees and all of that crap. So it's very, very, very involved. It's very involved. So, it all comes down to trust. 303-713-8255. I hate to be so vague, but man, you got a 4-page release they want you to sign.
Can I just say something, Tom?
Yeah.
Day one, he has a car with a broken wheel, right?
Yes.
Okay. If they don't fix it, he's going to have to go fix it.
And then go after them in small claims court.
But if he does this, the worst that happens is he's back where he started. He hasn't lost it.
A little worse. Now he can go after them. After this, he can't go after them.
But the odds are that they're going to fix it.
No, I see what you're saying, Doc. The odds are that he has some kind of recourse now. He won't have much. He's going to be better off, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
And that could be. Barry.
What'll happen is he's where he started from.
Yeah. Barry, you have a comment on survivor's benefits. By the way, this guy was only looking for the burial benefit. They commonly call it $255. And I mistakenly thought he was looking for the monthly payment, the monthly benefit. And I made a comment about what those survivor's benefits are. Again, I'm not an expert in Social Security. I always thought that a survivor's benefit was half of the other spouses, higher income spouses, Social Security payment, or yours, whichever is more. What did you want to say?
Hello?
Yes, Barry.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What? Hold on, Barry. I'm sorry, man. I know you're not going to get it out in 10 seconds, and I'd rather give you more time if you want to hang on. That's my fault. I'm Tom Martino. We'll take you right after the break, and all of your calls coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Don't miss your chance to win the $2.5 million grand prize show home plus $800,000 in bonus cash. Awarded fully furnished, professionally decorated, and landscaped. There are over 11,000 incredible prizes with 1 in 15 odds of winning. Make a mighty difference for patients and families at Children's Hospital Colorado. Don't miss out. Final deadline is this Friday. Buy now at MikeyMillionsRaffle.com. Now's the perfect time for this special offer. Get half off a Carrier AC with the purchase of a qualifying Carrier furnace, plus a 10-year warranty on parts and labor. Only from Plumline Services with faith and character. I've trusted them in my home going on 20 years. Plumline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. PlumlineServices.com. Ethics and excellence in practice every day. Service at home. Servants at heart. PlumlineServices.com.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10. Streaming live on our free iHeart radio app and at khow.com.
ABC News, I'm Phil Lippo. In Ukraine, the civilian death toll is rising. Police investigating apparent war crimes by Russian forces near Kyiv say 269 civilians were killed in Irpin. That on top of the 410 bodies recovered in nearby Bucha last week. And right now, Russia is close to taking a key Ukrainian port city.
The has been about mountain policy. It's actually involved quite heavily
back in 2014.
You
when
can hold
Russia
on to
had
me
its
while we
Crimea.
walk you,
So
and I'll be happy
Mariupol
to
is
drive
once
you
again
home
a big
if you
centre, and
want.
that's why we're seeing such massive humanitarian fallout.
I
That's
need
why
crutches.
it's been almost
I'm asking.
completely raised.
ABC
I wouldn't be much help since I have enough trouble walking.
No, I can hold you up.
That's good.
I just
New
want
York
to know
City
if she
Mayor
has.
Eric Adams says his city is holding.
Anyway, whatever I can do to help
As
Tom,
the
I will
cases tick
happily
up,
do for
we're
you.
not at the area where we have to move to the next level.
Mask wearing advised, but not yet mandatory. This is ABC News. South Africa's army has been instructed to mobilize 10,000 troops in response to the flood disaster
in the east. At least 443 deaths are now blamed on the extreme flooding and mudslides after days of heavy rain. More than 60 people are still unaccounted for. The first cruise ship to dock in Sydney, Australia in 2 years has sailed into the city's harbor.
The Pacific Explorer signaling the long-awaited return. The vessel coming in at full capacity with nearly 2,000 passengers. Cruise travel agent Diane Martin.
The last 2 years I have been doing refunds and cancellations and all of those sort of things. So it is just so nice now to be talking about cruising in Australia. So to have ships return here at this very empty overseas passenger terminal, it's super, super exciting.
Cruise ships haven't been allowed to dock in Australia since the death of almost 30 who contracted COVID while traveling on the Ruby Princess in March 2020. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
Phil Lipoff, ABC News.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver with advanced technology and equipment so we can reach over 160 million addresses across the country. We're delivering for thinkers, doers, movers, shakers, groundbreakers, future makers, innovators, trailblazers, disruptors, streamers, dreamers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
This is Fogelman, ready to hustle for that muscle.
Membership numbers at Sly's Gym have been racking up.
22 people have signed up for 6 a.m. buns of steel.
Now he needs more certified trainers to do all the heavy lifting.
I'm going to have to bulk up my staff.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
The Biden administration is resuming oil leases on federal land. Critics of the lease resumption say that out of 37,000 current leases, 12,000 have no activity. Kathleen Sagama, president of Denver-based Western Energy Alliance, says there are several reasons for that.
We could be doing the exploratory work on them, so that takes time. Often after you do that work, you find there are not sufficient quantities of oil or gas on that lease, so that lease will not be developed. Also, there is a lot of environmental analysis that must be done on a lease before it can be in a producing state.
The Interior Department says about 144,000 acres are available to be leased for oil and gas drilling. One of Colorado's most scenic tourist destinations is now accepting reservations for entry. Maroon Bells has implemented the system to prevent overcrowding and limit the environmental damage done by ever-growing crowds. Visitors need to buy a parking pass and will then take a shuttle to Maroon Bells at their scheduled time. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Traffic on I-25 is in good shape. Smooth sailing now between North Glen and Castle Rock, and no problem spots on 225, both directions, checking clear of any delay through Aurora. I-70 looking good. Some earlier construction eastbound west of Lowell has been cleared now and speeds improved, but we still have some construction slowing on westbound C-470 anywhere between Kipling and Ken Carroll. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, mostly sunny skies today, a high expected to be 66, tonight's low 32, and then a warm up for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, but a high reaching 80. Currently, it's 48. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
If your company needs to spring into efficient hiring, then check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Affordable interest mortgage. My friend Kurt Rogers. You're looking for a loan? Let's talk about the Asset Manager. This is a line of credit. It'll pay off the loan you have, and then you know how you have money in your checking account that you use to pay your bills? Well, Well, whenever your money is there, it counts against your daily average balance, and that means lower interest. You make your normal payments, or you can pay it down whenever you want, and you can draw it out when you want. You can log in and find out where your loan is. 24/7 loan status. It's called the Asset Manager. It is a great loan. I used to call it My Bank, My Loan, My Way. I love it. You can get it at aimortgage.net. They also do conventional, VA, and FHA. 720-895-0500. Their website is filled with information, and once you apply, you can actually log on to see the progress of your loan. The service is unmatched. 720-895-0500. aimortgage.net.
Got hail damage? Call Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400.
Reach out to Tom Martino and let your voice be heard. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app. While streaming KHOW and the full screen player, just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now. $1,000 in your hand. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now at khow.com.
Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. What's on your mind today? Let's go to the phones and help you. We got a lot happening here. Rocky Mountain IV medics in the house today, and they have just administered the IV. And you know what? By the way, I should tell you, you can get this in your home or office for the same price as going to an IV bar, or sometimes even cheaper. Rocky Mountain IV medics, 720-987-2155. Who should I take? Did you say Kelly?
Line 2.
Callie's been waiting. Okay, Callie's been waiting, but we also had Barry who wanted to make a comment on survivor benefits. Let me take him first because he was about to explain survivor's benefits. Go ahead, Barry.
First off, let you know, most Social Security offices are open now.
They're
So
open?
they can just go, yes.
You can walk in. You don't have to have an appointment?
No.
Okay, good. Thank you.
As far as the survivor benefits, that's a one-time deal per family.
Okay, yes, we know that. Thank you. Yeah, $255. That's what we talked about. Right. There's another survivor benefit, which is the monthly benefit from the to the surviving spouse.
Yes, like when I pass away, my wife will get my Social Security.
Well, okay, we're not sure how that works, Barry, but thank you for calling. Let's go to Callie. Callie, again, people, I don't know about the surviving benefit. I don't know if the survivor gets all of your benefit or part of your benefit. We'll find out, though. We're going to get someone to find out. Every time this question comes up, that we get different opinions, but we'll find out. Callie, what's going on with you, Callie?
Oh, well, I got myself into a bit of a mess.
What happened?
There's this guy I met at a bar. He turned out to be in the Army, and he's currently married. And now I am pregnant with his kid.
Oh, my God, Callie. That is terrible. I would have taken this much sooner. I'm so sorry. So, listen, when you met him at a bar, did you think he was going to be like that? Like, was he like saying he was going to marry you or be with you, or what? Did you have a long relationship, or was it just a one-night thing? What was it?
It was 5 months. We were engaged.
Oh, my God.
Yep. And I knew he was married, but he had told me he was separated legally, but I found out later he was never separated.
What does he say now that you're pregnant?
Oh, now he was all like, you should get an abortion, but now he wants to fight for custody, so I'm in a mess.
Wait a minute. He wants to fight for custody. Did he tell his existing wife?
His wife actually messaged me a while back, like telling me he was a player. He's crazy too, because she knew about me.
And what? So
And
is she friendly or is she being a jerk?
She wasn't mean or anything when she'd messaged me. I never responded or anything, but she wasn't rude to me at all.
And he says he knows you're not going to get an abortion, right?
Oh, yeah.
How many months pregnant are you?
4 months.
And he says he's going to fight for custody?
Yeah, last night he messaged me, he texted me, and he was all like, well, since there's no trust, I don't trust you anymore or whatnot, so I don't trust that you'll cooperate. So I'm going to go to the court.
Cooperate how? What does he mean, cooperate?
He says I'm denying him his right as a father because I told him that if he wanted to talk to me, it needed to be about the baby, not about our past relationship. He didn't like that. He's very set in his ways. He's very like, it's my way or no way.
Yeah, but
so when
does he realize, first of all, does he realize your entire relationship started with him lying and he's talking about trust?
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, he's ridiculous. Literally, he's saying, I don't trust you, and he's the one that's been lying to you the whole time. By the way, when you first found out you were pregnant and you told him, what was his very first, did he say, did he admit he's not going to get divorced?
He had been telling me for months that he was going to go through with this divorce and whatnot. And
months after he knew you were pregnant, or not? Or before that?
It was before and after. So because after he found out, he was like, okay, well, we'll do this. We'll figure something out. But I'm getting restationed, so you have to move with me and leave your family and everything you know, or we're done, basically.
Oh, man. So,
yeah, it's a mess.
Okay. I want to get Rich Harris on, if we can here, an attorney, to get you some advice. And then I want to try to, if you first of all, did he say, I'm not going to support the baby? Did he start threatening you like that?
No, he's always been very like, I'll do what I can to support. And now it went from like friendly support, like just let me know what you need, to you're not cooperating. I don't trust you. I want custody. So.
Do you have family support, Kelly?
I do, luckily.
Okay, so hold on. Let's get you some legal advice and then figure this out. Where's he stationed? Do you know?
Fort Carson, down in Colorado Springs.
You know the good news about Fort Carson. I know them well. They have a great JAG down there. They're not going to let him shirk any responsibilities. You know that, right?
See, that was a big question I had for you. It's like, is it worth going to JAG?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
oh, yeah. You need, if he's not going to dispute paternity, but even if he does, they'll make him go to the test. You see, you got a captive guy here because he can't just do what he wants. How long is he in for?
I think he has another couple of years.
Where does his wife and family live? Do they live down in the Springs?
I don't know. She jumps around.
Okay.
I really don't know where she's at.
Do you think they were going on the rocks anyway because of his playing ways?
Oh, he told me it was a contract marriage. However, she had a kid that he took care of for like 4 or 5 years of that kid's life.
I feel sorry for her too, don't you?
Yeah, I really do, because at the time I was like, oh, she's just a jealous ex, whatever. But now I'm like, should have listened.
Here's what I can't tell you what to do, but I would message her back and saying, look, I'm sorry I ignored you before. Maybe I should have listened to you. I just want you to know. Does she know you're pregnant?
I don't believe so.
I don't know, Callie. You might want to, maybe not. Maybe people are saying I'm crazy, but I would almost want to befriend her and say, look, I don't want to make a hard time for you and your family, but your husband misled me. I don't know. I mean, I hope this guy wouldn't get crazy, though. I don't want to see you get hurt. Do you think he's capable of getting really, really nasty or physical or crazy?
Not so much physical, the crazy part possibly. Because
Like crazy in what way, though? I don't want you getting hurt. Like, do you think if you reached out, does he know his wife messaged you?
Yeah.
So
he actually knew before I did.
And what did he say about it? Did he say, you better not contact her? Did he say anything like that?
Oh, he took my phone and blocked her.
But you can still unblock it, right?
Yes.
Now,
I still have the messages, too.
and you don't see him, do you?
No.
And if he said to you, the reason I'm asking these questions for a reason, Callie, because we're going to put some considerable time into helping you. Like if he says, "Oh, Callie, I am going to leave her. I love you." I mean, would you just reverse your whole opinion on this thing and go with him or not?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Nope, and nope.
Okay. Is there? Okay, I hope you're having. This is the weirdest thing in the world. He lied to you. It all started on a lie. But I hope you look forward. I hope you look forward to this baby, or you find someone who will. I mean, because this is a hard time for you right now.
Oh yeah, like it's been hard, but at the end of the day, my grandma always says each child's a blessing, and she's right.
Yeah.
2 wonderful nephews. She's going to be the first great grandbaby girl. So it's gonna be exciting. It's just,
okay, good, Callie. You're right about as far as that. You don't have to. He may, however, you understand he may have rights that he can assert for visitation and all that. I don't know how far he'll go. Do you? Is he serious about it, or he's just trying to punish you?
See, I don't know what his motives are anymore.
All right, I'm going to get on a wonderful attorney, Rich Harris. And I'll tell you how wonderful he is. I think he has 9 or 10 kids or something. And many of them adopted. He loves children. The law firm, let me just say, this law firm is about family. So you hold on. You couldn't get better advice. We'll do it right after this.
It sounds like he wants to support the baby and have joint custody. You're trying to make him out to be the bad guy. But it sounds like he wants to support the baby.
That's Blake.
And have custody.
Okay, no, that's it.
I don't know, Doc. I mean, the guy lies from the get-go.
Yeah, but now that she's pregnant, he wants to be responsible.
1 second, you guys just want to real quick.
MFG.com or call 720-491-3410 for your free estimate today.
BlakeHarrisLaw.com. That's the website. The number is 833-ASK-BLAKE. You can't do better than having an attorney who will answer your questions free of charge when it comes to estate planning law. You can ask about a will, a trust. Maybe all you need is a beneficiary's deed if all you have is a house to leave, or whatever it is you need. He can talk to you free of charge, and then he'll quote you rates up front for whatever you need. 833-ASK-BLAKE.
I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person.
What we were talking about, this guy.
But to me, it sounds like he wants it to be responsible.
I think he's just saying that.
No, I think he's pissed.
So he doesn't have to pay child support if he wants.
Well, no, whether he has custody or not, he still has to pay child support.
Yeah, but if he has
joint custody.
If he has joint custody, he doesn't have to pay as much. So I think that's what he's after. I think he's just. That's why all of a sudden. Yeah, he is.
Still.
He's a manipulator.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how he's smiling there. This lady's going, it just keeps getting better and better.
Does anybody know about birth control anymore?
Oh my God.
As always, you have our word with Future Light. It's on 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or VRHI.com.
As we age, we can't always. The story started out wrong. I met him at a bar.
Right.
Okay, that's number one. When your first clue.
Long-term care is to join my friends from 525 Advisors for their upcoming free long-term care planning.
Or he's married, that's number 2. Then you got the wife calling you, that's number 3.
No, I mean, there's red flags all over.
Yeah, all these bells should have been going on.
Also, I just out of curiosity, I wonder how old she is and if she has any other kids.
Yeah.
She sounds like she's probably in her early 30s, late 20s.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Just like they're doing for my husband and me right now. I love how much time they've spent with us, and it's not just me. Read the reviews.
He got up and walked.
Working with Brian and Madeline, 525 Advisors. So get the great peace of mind.
I'll have that idea. I'd be walking over to the restaurant.
Webinar this Thursday afternoon at 4. Sign up at 525longtermcare.com. That's 525longtermcare.com.
Andrew will shoot you up if you want.
There's no
I know. I've had him out to my house once. Actually, I had.
Carpet for everybody.
Yeah, once and once for my son.
Wow. In Denver.
So,
I love that NAD.
Either that or the turtle might be working. Do you think that's what's happening?
I think it's
I'm in pain. I'm in pain, but I'm not in crippling pain. So it was either sitting down or the turtle just happened to be.
I think it's both.
Oh my God.
When you sit, it compacts that vertebra more, and then you're
Do
sitting
you want me to reschedule Glenn? He's been on hold for like an hour and try to get that Social Security attorney on.
I know.
Well, I thought we told him, just go down to the office.
Tell him now
in
that
person.
they're open and he can, but get rid of him and tell him we'll call him back when we get the attorney.
Okay, great.
I think he just has to go down there in person.
Yeah.
That's all.
For over 150 years,
Either he'll get an immediate.
people go from where they are to where they want to be. From leading few employees to
or just try and do it online. I
For that guy that you go
starting
to
local
physical therapy,
to go international.
do you think he can put an end to bullshit like this? Is he that good as far? I don't mean the pain. I mean prevention.
I think, over time, yeah, I do think he can. He's pretty, his thinking is different than anybody else, which I like, because like you said, nobody's really consult that issue.
This is Chris Collinsworth.
But I think that he looks at the whole body and all these muscles that help support it and fixes those, and over time, I really think he can. It'll take some work, for sure. I have another lady that was in bed for, she couldn't get out. She's like an elderly lady, and I've been sending her. She's doing much better.
Yeah, you don't have a pool, but Marty said he goes and just walks in the pool. And he says he finds that very helpful.
What does Marty know about that?
He's a chiropractor, for Pete's sake.
Hey, this is Dave Campbell. Thanks for listening to Tom Martino. Join me this afternoon at 4 for your ride home. All you have to say is, Alexa, play 630 KM. Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Garage Magic, I can't say enough for Garage Magic and the beautiful garage floors you'll get. And if you have a garage floor and you always thought, I want to do something, get it done, or a pool deck or patio, GarageMagic.com, full-time employees, insured. They know what they're doing. They're highly trained. I say that because a lot of companies just use independent contractors, and you don't know who you're dealing with. GarageMagic.com, 720-600-HOME. 720-600-HOME. All right. Rich Harris is an attorney at law with HarrisFamilyLaw.com. Rich, I appreciate you being here. And, you know, this is a terrible situation that Kelly's in. She basically got pregnant with a guy she met at a bar, had a 5-month relationship, found out he was not separated and probably not getting a divorce. Now he's making all kinds of noise. And she just wants to make sure she and her baby are treated right. What do you suggest, Rich? She's pregnant, 4 months. He's in the Army, Fort Carson. And that's where it stands. What should she do or not do?
Okay. Well, Tom, first of all, thanks for having me on, and thanks for the kind words. Always appreciate it. Kelly, it's a sad, concerning situation. First of all, keep in mind probably what you already know, and that is people can threaten anything they want in terms of getting custody or taking custody, and that's what it is 99% of the time. It's an empty threat. Go ahead, Tom.
No, go ahead. No, I had nothing. I'm listening.
Oh, okay, sorry. The other thing right out of the gate that it's important that you know is that nobody can do anything legally until this child is born. The courts are not going to hear any kind of custody case or certainly nothing preemptive before the child is born.
Okay.
I heard part of the good advice Tom was giving in terms of making sure you stay safe and you protect yourself. I'm glad to hear he's not physically threatening. I will tell you, though, that people that even make subtle threats when family law comes around and things get heightened in urgency, sometimes those turn into something worse. So make sure you stay safe. The good news is that, in my experience, the military is going to take very, very seriously any one of its service members threatening anybody, for sure. And I'm not suggesting you do anything yet, but I am suggesting that in the unfortunate event that this guy escalates something, if you were to call over to the base and talk to somebody over there, you would probably find a sympathetic ear in terms of making sure none of their soldiers are doing anything improper.
So,
okay.
Well, now, should she contact them?
So that's a really good question, and it's a tough call. I mean, and I didn't hear the whole story, Kelly. I'm just coming on.
To be preemptive, or wait till the baby's born before she does anything?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, it's a judgment call. I mean, if you call over there and you file a report that this man has been threatening you or your family, there's definitely going to look into it, and there's going to be some blowback on the service member, at least in terms of looking into it. And I think you have to decide whether or not you want to escalate it in that way.
Okay. Because I know adultery is like a big thing in the military.
Callie, has he made any implied threats to you? I didn't hear you say that.
Not towards like me or anything. It's more so just like custody.
That legal stuff. Right. So here's what I want to do.
But wait. Everybody's going off on the fact that he threatened her. He hasn't threatened her.
No. We just mean, what does she do to protect herself? I don't even mean physically protect herself. Rich, I mean, what does she do? I mean, how does she get support, for example, once the baby's born? What does she do?
Right. So as soon as the baby is born, Kelly, you need to file a court case. It's probably going to be a paternity case unless the man's already on the birth certificate. You have to get him served. You can get him served at the base, and that's where you're going to get a court order for custody and for child support.
Okay. Real quick, is putting his name on the birth certificate, is that going to affect anything from a legal standpoint? Is it worth putting his name on there, or is it just going to be, it won't matter either way?
That's a good question.
That is good. Usually, in the hospital, they're going to ask what the name of the father is. If you're confident you know who it is, it will help you to list him as the father on the birth certificate. If you do not, or if he later contests that, that's what the court's going to do in a paternity action. They're going to make a legal determination that he's the father, and that's what then gives you the right to get child support from him.
Okay.
So, Callie, And should she make any contact with a JAG now, or just wait until she has a problem?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good question. So if you're able to come up with an agreement with the guy, and the JAG, which is the military lawyers, they might help here. If he's willing to enter into an agreement, you can have that negotiated prior to the birth of the baby, and hopefully make things a lot easier on everybody. But obviously, if you're going to do that...
But she waits until she has a problem. She shouldn't just go ahead and do it, is what you're saying.
I think if she thinks that he's going to be reasonable and he's willing to talk, at least through counsel, then it's probably worth it. If not, and he's going to continue demanding, I'm going to take custody, then I just wait until the child was born.
Okay.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
We've had more than a few callers call in claiming that from the military, claiming that adultery is illegal and that could lead to a dishonorable discharge.
I don't know if they still do that anymore, do they?
We've had 3 callers that have called in that have all said the same thing, that the military still is very, very
But why would we
want
that. But in other words, so she wouldn't want to do that to him right now if he's cooperating, right? Isn't that the bottom line?
They basically just said that adultery is an offense in the military.
So what were they saying? Therefore what? Therefore she should call, or what?
They basically said, all 3 of them mentioned contacting the commanding officer and letting that be done internally.
See,
Yeah, I'm concerned too. So where does that get?
Yeah, in other words, what does that mean? I don't think, in other words, I don't think that it's necessary to, I don't know, I don't think it's necessary to get him. Listen, I don't mean get him in trouble. I mean, get him kicked out of the military. I don't know what that would serve her. So I don't think she should actually try to get him.
If he stays in the military, he's got at least a salary that he can help with the raising of the child.
He's got a salary, he's got medical benefits, he's got, absolutely.
Yeah, because if I talked to some people out there, I know quite a few stations, because I live down in Colorado Springs, and they said he could face a less than honorable or a dishonorable discharge, and they could put him in the brig. They can
Gosh.
Yeah, so because he did commit adultery, which is very frowned upon within their standards.
Yeah, but again, your goal is just to get support for the baby or help with the baby, right?
Yes, my biggest fear is that he's going to try to take the kid away from
Now,
me.
here's something we must tell you. Here's something we must tell you, and that is that first of all, he's going to have some rights. I mean, don't think he's not going to have any rights. Isn't that right?
Of course.
Isn't that right, Rich?
Absolutely. Unless he's not the father. Correct.
Right. But you are not disputing that he's the father, right?
Oh, not at all. He's the father.
So therefore, what I'm saying is that I believe that you have the right attitude, and if you're not going to deny him, you're not trying to get him removed. You're just stay. What you do right now is you probably should only communicate with him when it comes to friendly stuff about the baby, and not accept his threats, and just tell him you're not going to listen to threats.
Yeah, because my goal is, if he's going to be a positive part in my kid's life, then he's more than welcome to be in her life. It's just right now he's threatening custody and a battle, and which I will fight him if it comes to that. But I'd rather just stay on this side and say, hey, if you want to be a positive part of her life, then come do that. But if this is how you're going to act out, then this isn't positive.
All right. We have more coming up. Rich Harris, we really appreciate you being here. Rich Harris Law, Harris Family Law, 303-515-5000. More coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30 KHOW, Denver.
One of my friends I'm playing poker with tonight, his son is a JAG officer. I'm going to call him and ask him. I'll get the absolute truth on it.
Okay. Especially heavy eastbound coming off of I-25. I-25 traffic.
I mean, like Rich was saying, you know,
between Northland and C-470
notifies him now. May not be a good thing.
Well, the point is, it sounds like
she has to decide.
The only threat that he's making is he wants full custody of the child. He's not making any threats about her or not supporting the kid or any physical.
Do I have Lake Harris? Okay, thanks.
Or any physical threats to her. He's just said, I want full custody. Now, we don't know if she's a drug addict, right? If she has a history of, felonies. So it's hard to say whether or not his threats are real based upon her history. Everybody's assuming, she's Snow White.
Right. And there's always two sides of the story.
Yep. I mean, almost all the time when we call people up, there are two sides of the story.
25 years.
Always.
25 years.
Okay, well, you'll be invited to play golf with my son anytime because he's a huge CSU fan.
Okay.
He went to CSU, and he has a CSU golf bag, so he's really a good supporter of them.
What's that?
This friend of mine.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wish I didn't have all that shit.
Tennessee, but he wanted to come back for football game. We were looking the other day. I think it's not up in the nosebleed section, but down below. They're like $200 a piece.
Really?
Utah State, some of those other games.
So I have a question for everybody. You went to CSU, right?
Yes.
Okay. When they have student tickets, right?
Yes.
Do they assign seats, or is it they have a section that's first come, first served?
Section. The way they used to do it.
Yeah.
It was just a student section.
Right.
And you just sit anywhere you want.
Okay, so it's first come, first served.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was plenty of seats for the students. It was.
Right. But you see some of these, like Ohio State, Michigan State, where every seat is taken.
Right. Okay.
So it's just they have student sections, and whoever gets there first gets whatever seat they want. Okay. So you get there at 4 in the morning, you get a good seat.
That was the high the keg underneath.
Right.
Has just kept getting better and better. I also know hundreds and hundreds.
No, actually, the student seats are really, in the old stadium were really good. There was plenty available. In fact, I think it was the whole east side of the stadium was for students. And the west side was for, other people who just wanted to come watch the game.
Well, from the other school.
The other school or whoever.
Right. Okay, I just didn't know how they proportion the student seats. So basically, it's first come, first served.
God damn this thing. Fuck it. I can't fucking log in.
What's the matter now?
I just can't log into something. My kid needs fucking money. Jesus Christ, this fucking thing just not letting me.
Does he have a bank account?
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to
Why don't you
fucking get
just
him.
use
This motherfucking.
Or Venmo?
Okay, I can't very well do that right now. He's at lunch, and we're trying to get him fucking money. I mean, Jesus Christ. These fucking assholes. I just have never had a problem fucking logging into this thing. I'm not doing well. It's just I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm just trying to transfer money to this poor kid. Fuck.
And let Dispatch Health come to you. Listen now, and your bank account will thank you. Hi, it's Marty Lenz here. I'm blown away by the program my friend and realtor Dave Ribble with the Ribble Group Keller Williams Realty Detail has launched.
Okay, I transferred him money.
Zero commission. Yes, you can list your home.
You know, Doc, actually, when I was there, it was in the late 70s, and it was I love Fort Collins. I love CSU.
He and all of his friends loved Fort Collins.
Yeah.
They just loved going there.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm glad I went there versus CU. I really am.
Yeah, he went to Regis, and a bunch of Regis kids went to CSU. And
Regis University?
No, Regis High School.
High school, okay.
And then,
yeah, right. That would.
Yeah, and then they all went to CSU, and they really stayed close. So he has a nice cadre of buddies from CSU. He hangs out with.
On your faucets and fixtures or rust stains clouding up your bathtub, you want a water treatment company you can trust. Call the professionals at Water Pros. These guys are veteran and family owned. They're dedicated to providing affordable solutions to your water problem needs. You can get water softeners starting at $2,195 installed at waterpros.net. Visit waterpros.net and sign up for a free consultation today.
Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let's talk. Whatever is on your mind, we want to know about it. And again, we're going to have some comments on this call from Callie, who got pregnant from a guy in the service. They had a 5-month relationship. She's pregnant. He said he was getting a divorce. He's currently married, not getting a divorce. It's a big mess. Tom's got a comment. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, Tom. Really, there's two things that Callie should do and must do. Is one, the child will get entered into the Irs system, which would give him or her access to medical care through 18 years old.
That's good to know.
So that's established through parental custody.
Now, what is that called? The what system?
Irs, DEERS, is basically a dependent system for establishing who your dependents are for active duty military.
What about the birth of the child? Do you know?
Well, you have to establish parental custody, and that's done through civil courts or through a birth certificate, one of those things. So that's task one, is make sure the child is entered into Irs. So regardless of marriage, the child is a dependent of an active duty service member. So as long as that person's on active duty, he or she would have access to child care. And then the second piece is a civil court order establishing the parental linkage to that service member, and that gets you child custody and alimony, perhaps, but they're not married. So child, whatever, child custody.
So you say that paternity has to be determined first.
Yeah, and the Army's not interested in investigating in any way adultery. I was a company commander, battalion commander, and brigade commander. I've gotten a lot of these phone calls. And unless you bring us pictures proving something, we're not interested in investigating it. And nobody's getting a dishonorable discharge for this. You could get some sort of non-judicial punishment where you might lose some money for 2 months. You might lose a rank, but that's it. So what the Army looks for, or the Air Force or any other services, is a court order saying, hey, this child was birthed to this active duty service member, and then child support. And they'll make sure that the wages are garnished, and that service member then has to pay child support for the entire time they're on active duty based on a court order. And that's what we're interested in. The military is seeing a court order, not he said, she said, or I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. So the bottom line, though, is that if he's cooperating, there's no reason to do anything.
Correct.
But there will have to be,
order, though, because he may change his mind.
No, that's true.
Right?
She's going to have to get some kind of order for support.
Child support, and then the birth certificate will track towards the Irs dependent enrollment system, which gives him or her access to medical care.
Callie?
Up until the group members.
Callie?
Does that include hospitalization when she goes in to have the baby?
No, he said. I thought you said.
No, I think. Well, no, it won't. No, for baby care, yes, I think it will, even if not married. I think those costs. will get captured. But there's an expert on every military base that'll explain all those deers' benefits to the.
Should she contact them directly?
They won't talk to her because she's not a service member and she doesn't have a deers enrollment. So I think she needs to go through the court system and establish when the baby's born that that child belongs to a service member. And if there's a birth certificate that says that, then she can do it the next week. And then she has standing to talk to a military. But talking to the commanding officer ahead of time, she can threaten that, I guess. And then he may be more willing to play nice with her. But they're not going to have a discussion with her until there's a baby.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Callie.
Yeah.
So you're going to have, I mean, if he doesn't readily admit it, you're going to put him on the birth certificate, right?
Yeah.
And do you think, did he say he wants to be there when the baby is born?
He says he wants to be there.
Well, maybe you should. I mean, you do not want him disputing paternity. Then you have to go through another mess. But if he, and by the way, does he have any of his own biological children?
No.
Okay. So unless this guy is totally an unfeeling jerk, he's going to want to take care of this child.
Yeah, we hope.
Yeah. All right. So listen, right now, just stay in touch with us and we can get you more legal help as you need it.
Okay.
But right now, I think status quo and you just tell him, look, whatever rights he has by law, he'll have by law, and he has to support the baby, and that's it. I mean, that's it, basically.
Hey, Callie, do you have any...
And if he makes noise like I'm going to get most custody and all that crap, just ignore him. Just ignore him.
Callie, are you getting good prenatal care? Do you have insurance?
I am. I have good insurance.
Good.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure she was.
All right. Very good. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
An accident clearing in the Castle Rock area. It's southbound I-25 at Highway 85, exit 183. Watch for some slower traffic as you work your way through. Now, the rest of your I-25 drive looking pretty good. Just a bit of heavier traffic with construction through downtown. Again, those are the southbound lanes.
Slowing as you work your way towards Spear. C470, also construction. Westbound approaching Penn Carroll, do expect some slow traffic. Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather, mostly sunny, a high of 66. Tonight, slow drops to 32, and then warmer for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with a high reaching 80. Currently, it's 53. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your job and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
A full interest mortgage. My friend Kurt Rogers. You're looking for a loan? Let's talk about the Asset Manager. This is a line of credit. It'll pay off the loan you have, and then you know how you have money in your checking account that you use to pay your bills? Well, whenever your money is there, it counts against your daily average balance, and that means lower interest. You make your normal payments, or you can pay it down whenever you want, and you can draw it out when you want. You can log in and find out where your loan is. 24/7 loan status. It's called the Asset Manager. It is a great loan. I used to call it my bank, my loan, my way. I love it. You can get it at AImortgage.net. They also do conventional, VA, and FHA. 720-895-0500. Their website is filled with information, and once you apply, you can actually log on to see the progress of your loan. The service is unmatched. 720-895-0500. AImortgage.net. Time to get your AC checked before it's too hot to bear. Fix it 24/7. A deal for you. Clean, check, adjust, and practically refurbish the AC and furnace too.
That was a good question, Doc. If she's getting good prenatal care.
Yeah. It makes sense. But you won't find a better price for the extensive work and deep cleaning and FixMyHome.com. That's FixMyHome.com.
As we age, we can't always plan on good health. The but you can plan long-term care coverage to give peace of mind to you and your family. Hey, it's Mandy Connell, and a great way to learn about long-term care is to join my friends from 525 Advisors for their upcoming free long-term care planning live webinar this Thursday afternoon at 4. You'll learn so much. 525 Advisors will explain how long-term care works, what the coverage pays for, and you'll discover all the new options and different ways to fund a plan. They even have plans with lifetime benefits that pay you back if you never use it. Then when you're ready, 525 Advisors will design a custom plan with you, just like they're doing for my husband and me right now. I love how much time they've spent with us, and it's not just me. Read the reviews. People love working with Brian and Madeline at 525 Advisors. So get the great peace of mind long-term care coverage gives you. Sign up now for the free live webinar this Thursday afternoon at 4. Sign up at 525longtermcare.com. That's 525longtermcare.com.
I should have had done right to it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering a remodeling project, right, Dad? You got that right, Dad. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy. Ever since the 80s, we've proven ourselves by being picky. Tell the folks, huh? Well, there's only one way we'll resurface cabinets. Quarter-inch glued and nailed. Replacement kitchens, only custom-built cabinets by our own people for a fabulous look. Bathrooms, you can count on the tried-and-true Done Right Kitchen renovation system.
Here's the brace?
Yeah, it's right here. Well, it starts with a small delivery, but I'm here to tell you, the preparation, installation, and finish are exactly why they'll be one person says, done right, did right, by me. So, folks, whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, as always, you have our word for future life. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com. I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
What's up, Nuggets fans? It's Jamal Murray here to tell you about Orchard. If you're looking to buy a home but want to skip all the stress, it's time for a mid-game adjustment. Orchard lets you move into your new home before you even sell your old one. Orchard turns you into a cash buyer so you can win in the competitive market. And it doesn't cost you any more money than traditional real estate. Orchard is the same game, but new rules. So get out there and win the home you want.
Orchard, the new way to home, is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets. Get started at orchard.com. Denver's talk station wants to put a grand in your hand.
Oh, no way.
Every weekday, you have 9 chances a day to win a grand. Listen for the keyword at 5 past the hour.
Thank you so much.
A grand in your hand, sponsored by Irs.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Irs loyalty program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Irs, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-8255. By the way, Rocky Mountain IV Medics, she has to run. We'll say goodbye. But if you need any therapy at all, IV therapy, hydration therapy, you can call or text for same-day appointments, 720-987-2155. And how is it dispatched when somebody texts that number, Andrea?
So that number goes to our dispatch center, and then they put it out through WhatsApp, and then we put who's ever closest, if we can get there in the time that you want it scheduled.
Can people usually get an hour or two, within an hour or two?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Cool, 720-987-2155. All right, so in any case, if you've been following the show for this past hour, we've had Callie on, who Met a guy at a bar, had a 5-month relationship. She got pregnant. He said he was separated. They were going to get married. They were engaged. Turns out he lied. He's married, not separated, not going to honor an engagement or a marriage. She wants to make sure the baby is taken care of. We had Rich Harris on from Harris Family Law to talk about what to do to protect her. And we've had service members calling in talking about how JAG enters into this. Now, they're not going to pursue paternity or fight her battles, but if she gets a paternity test or if he does not deny paternity, they will see to it that he meets his responsibilities. The baby will also be covered when it comes to any kind of medical or care if she registers the baby with the service. And then also child support can be enforced through JAG. Callie, do you have any other questions or issues? If not, we can just stay in touch and just stay healthy, and then we will help you as you get closer.
Well, Tom, I think you've been a great help. I don't think I have any more questions for you today.
Okay, but for sure call us and keep us informed, especially when the baby is born as you get closer. We will really help any way we can. Sam, welcome to the show. What's going on, Sam?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
Good, man. What's going on?
All right, I have a friend of mine who's 75 years old.
Yes.
Currently in a hotel. He has an income of $1,100 a month.
Oh, man, that's hard.
He wants to find a place to live.
With $1,100 a month, he would be eligible for subsidized housing of some kind. Is he a veteran?
No.
Okay, and he makes how much a month?
$1,100.
God, how does he afford a hotel?
Well, he's been homeless, and a friend of mine put him in a hotel for 2 days. Currently.
How did he become homeless?
I have no clue.
Oh, man. How do you know this guy?
It's a friend of a family's friend.
All right. And how old did you say he was?
He's 75.
Oh, man. So you're hoping to find him housing, right?
Yes.
You know on his current income there
to get him off the street.
Now, there is no, I mean, how does he eat?
I don't know. There's a lot of questions I don't know, Tom. I'm sorry.
Is he in good health? You don't know.
I would say so, yes.
How does someone end up like this, 75 years old, $1,100 a month? He has no family?
They're out of state.
Well, okay. Are they around where you can talk to him, or does he talk to him? Is he mentally ill?
I don't know. I know one of his siblings had sent him some money recently. But that's all that I know.
Okay. God, this is like, without getting more information on anything, I mean, this is almost an impossible situation. I mean, he needs to apply for Section 8 housing. So he needs to apply for subsidized housing of any kind.
Can he work?
Right. No, he does not work.
Can he work?
Is he disabled?
No.
Well, he should be able to get a job almost anywhere nowadays and get some extra income.
Is he willing to work, do you know?
I couldn't tell you.
All right, Sam, here's what we need to do, because there's too many I don't knows and I can't tell you and I'm not sure. If Sam can get a hold of this guy and that guy will talk to us directly, we'll have a way better chance of helping.
How long will this bomber?
Hey, Andrew, I'm sorry I'm such a drag today. My God, I'm just so fucked up.
I hope you get some relief.
Oh, my God.
But the back pain is not fun.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
I mean, he could be a greeter at Walmart or at Home Depot. There are a million jobs he can get to boost his income a little bit.
If you know your marketing extension, you may dial it at
I'm consumer advocate. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Because of Colorado pain.
Can you go off the mic?
That's why I want you to get
To know the docs, treatments, and multiple locations around Metro Denver for your convenience. You can find out more at coloradopaincare.com. Hours are 7 to 7 to better serve you. Even same-day appointments available. They work with all major insurance. coloradopaincare.com. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. Get your life back. coloradopaincare.com.
When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it.
Do you Twitter?
Follow the Troubleshooter at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of Denver's talk station on Twitter.
Just give me your Twitter and I'll follow you.
Find us right now at 630 KHOW.
ABC News, I'm Phil Lipoff. The Russian Defense Ministry confirming a rocket attack today on the Ukrainian city of Lviv. Ukrainian authorities say the attack killed 7 people. The mayor of Lviv says it's the first civilian deaths in that city. And in the south, Russian forces have Mariupol surrounded.
President Zelensky describing it as a humanitarian crisis unfolding there with no access to food, water, or medicine. But those fighters are still defending the city.
ABC's Marcus Moore in Ukraine. Sherry Papini, the California mother who faked her own kidnapping in 2016, admitted to charges of perjury and fraud as part of last week's plea deal. She faces up to 25 years in prison. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is back on the bench in person for oral arguments, a month after he was first hospitalized for treatment of an undisclosed infection. At the White House, First Lady Jill Biden and the president welcoming families for the first time in 2 years for the Easter egg roll. This is ABC News. A massive container ship is free after being stuck in mud off Maryland for more than a month. The Ever Forward was freed from shallow water in Chesapeake Bay, where it was trapped last month on its way to Norfolk, Virginia. Crews used tugboats and barges to finally get the ship free. Annapolis School of Seamanship's captain, John Martino, said the crews timed the operation to get some help from Mother Nature.
They were also trying to take advantage of the full moon and the spring tide that comes with that full moon.
Its hull will now be inspected. A Kentucky man citing anxiety asked his company not to celebrate his birthday at work, but the company threw a bash anyway, triggering a panic attack. ABC's Will Clark.
Following a meeting the next day, management sent him home for the weekend, fearing he would become violent, before eventually firing him. Furling sued the company. A jury awarded him $450,000 in damages. $300,000 of that ruling was for mental anguish.
Phil Lipoff, ABC News.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness? Modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
KHOW News Time, 103.
In Larimer County, the 37E fire now fully contained. It was sparked on Friday, forcing evacuations near Lyons. The flames burned more than 100 acres. Evacuations were lifted over the weekend. Dozens of firefighters spent Easter weekend battling a wildfire near Gypsum. Investigators say the fire that burned 88 acres was human-caused. The Duck Pond fire is 60% contained. A first-of-its-kind library now open in Jefferson County. The Express Library West Arvada is a standalone self-service location. As far as how it's accessed, it's with a library card.
They would go over to the location and use that card, and then they need their PIN number. So that's a thing, an extra level of security. They also need to have the PIN number for their card, and then it opens the door, and in they go.
Donna Walker, Executive Director for the Jefferson County Public Library, says there's a browsing collection along with computers, printers, and other services. The Express Library West Arvada is located in a shopping center at 64th and Indiana. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
An accident clearing in the Castle Rock area. It's southbound I-25 at Highway 85, exit 183. Watch for some slower traffic as you work your way through. Now, the rest of your I-25 drive looking pretty good. Just a bit of heavier traffic with construction through downtown. Again, those are the southbound lanes slowing as you work your way towards Spear. C-470, also construction. Westbound approaching Ken Carroll. Do expect some slow traffic. Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather, mostly sunny, a high of 66. Tonight's low drops to 32 and then warmer for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with a high reaching 80. Currently it's 53. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
If your company needs to spring into efficient hiring, then check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Affordable interest mortgage. My friend Kurt Rogers. You're looking for a loan? Let's talk about the Asset Manager. This is a line of credit. It'll pay off the loan you have, and then you know how you have money in your checking account that you use to pay your bills? Well, whenever your money is there, it counts against your daily average balance, and that means lower interest. You make your normal payments, or you can pay it down whenever you want, and you can draw it out when you want. You can log in and find out where your loan is. 24/7 loan status. It's called the Asset Manager. It is a great loan. I used to call it My Bank, My Loan, My Way. I love it. You can get it at AImortgage.net. They also do conventional, VA, and FHA. 720-895-0500. Their website is filled with information, and once you apply, you can actually log on to see the progress of your loan. The service is unmatched. 720-895-0500. AImortgage.net.
One-day treatment, life-changing results. Before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
This is producer Ryan Schuling, Super Shoe. From the topical to the irreverent, the serious to the sublime, where conservative and libertarian minds meet. Join us weekdays at 2 p.m. right here on 630 KHOW.
A grand in your hand. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. That's pay. Enter it now at khow.com.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net. You will not get better water systems for less money anywhere than Paul the Waterman, a great man and a great company and a great product. I have them all. You can get whole house conditioning under $2,000 fully installed. Water at the sink for endless water. Don't buy bottled water again. Under $1,000. 303-862-5554. Waterpros.net. All right, let's keep going here. Now, Sam called and said his friend needs help getting housing. He makes $1,100 a month or $1,200 a month. No, $1,100 a month, 75 years old. I said, we have to talk to him directly in order to do this properly. And so, very quick, Sam, thank you. We got Alex. Alex, are you here?
Yes, sir.
You're the 75-year-old gentleman who earns only $1,100 or gets an income of $1,100 a month, and you're temporarily in a hotel room thanks to the kindness of a friend.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm walking the streets right now. Last night I didn't get to sleep at all.
I want to ask you something, Alex. How long have you been living off $1,100 a month?
It's not 1,100. It's 1,570. They just put it up in January.
Good. Now, how long, though? I want to know this. How long have you been homeless?
Since January.
Where were you before then?
I was staying at this hotel called the White Rock
And how much were you paying? How much were you paying for that a month?
$1,500.
Well, here's what I'm getting at, Alex. You're 75 years old, right? So did you ever have a house? Did you ever have an apartment? When did all this happen is what I'm asking. We're trying to get an idea. Go ahead.
I was living with a niece of mine, and she's got a daughter that's on some kind of a mental, and she started arguing with me, so I had to move.
How long did you live with that niece?
4 years.
Okay. Now that niece that you live with has a daughter. How old is that daughter?
24.
And that daughter did not like you.
Right. Exactly.
And she said, "I'm sorry, Uncle, you have to leave."
That's right.
Okay.
And my niece, I even had to call the police on her because.
Okay. Well, that doesn't, Alex. That doesn't matter right now. Now, what is you don't have a criminal record, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't have a criminal record. I don't smoke. I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even. I hate to take aspirin.
Are you on Medicare?
No, I'm on Medi-Cal, but not Medicare.
Meta what?
Medi-Cal.
Medi-Cal, it's from California.
Are you in California right now?
No, I'm in Denver, Colorado.
What is Medi-Cal? What is it?
I don't know. I have my own insurance. I have Humana.
How do you have your own insurance? What do you pay for that?
It's let's see. They take 100 and some out of my Social Security, and they pay for it.
So okay, so you have Medicare Advantage.
Yeah. That's what I have.
Okay, so you get taken care of as far as your medical stuff, right?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with that?
Well, not really. I have to pay sometimes $5 when I go to.
Yeah.
Like right now, it was a big mistake for me to be on because I haven't taken my medication in 3 days.
Okay. Now, you're not going to be able to afford anything for $1,500. You understand what rents are, right? You can't rent anything.
Right.
Have you tried looking for a place to rent?
Yes.
And what do you run into when you do?
When I do, I get this app that's called Rent to Own.
Yeah, that's not going to work. None of that's going to work, Sam. Sam, listen. You're not eligible for rent to own at all. The most you can do is maybe rent a room somewhere for that. You're going to have hardly any money left for food. Do you get food stamps?
No, I don't.
Well, you're eligible for them.
I don't know where to go get them.
You need help applying for stuff, Sam. You're eligible for food stamps.
I am?
Yes, you are.
Where do you get them? I don't know where to go get them. I don't know how to do anything.
Okay, what did you do? Alex, what did you do when you were working? What did you used to do?
I used to be a technician working for, I worked for McDonald's. I worked for Western Digital. I worked for AST, and it turned into...
Can you still work?
Boeing.
Can you still work?
Yeah, I can still work.
What do you like doing?
I like right now, these ladies here, Denver, they call it Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
They need help, and I'm going to put an application.
Go ahead and do that. That's very good, Alex.
I've been looking in the ad, but I don't know where to charge my phone. They won't let me. Half of the restaurants and
so wait a minute. The hotel, you can't even charge your phone?
No, in the stores and stuff, we don't do that here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think a lot of us realize the challenge of getting out of homelessness. Do you know that?
You know, this is the first time I have ever walked the streets. First time.
Hey, Tom, don't we have an...
I believe him.
People.
Yeah, we do. We have someone to help, but...
That she could at least direct him where to go and how to fill out the paperwork he needs.
Hey, Alex.
Yes.
So I just want to tell you a few things. You're willing to work. You can get food stamps. You need to be able to rent a room somewhere. These are all of the things. I'm putting all of this out there for people that may want to help. And that money that you get, it doesn't last long, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, because everything is so high now.
Of course it is, Alex. Of course it is. Do you have any friends you can rent a room? Anybody at all?
No, I don't. I came from California the same way. I don't have friends.
How long have you been here, Alex?
4 or 5 years.
Do you know there are, and I hate to say this, well, maybe I should say it, there are cheaper places in the country to go to live, you know.
What do you mean in the country?
Well, around the country. I mean, why would you try to come here? Like, for example, Arkansas is really cheap to live in certain places. Why did you settle on Colorado?
Because I had my stuff here, and right now my stuff is in storage.
What is stuff? What kind of stuff, Alex?
You know, all of my things that I had in my room when I was living with my niece.
How are you paying storage? How much is that?
$61.50 a month.
God, I don't know what to do for this poor guy.
Look at line 3, Tom.
Line 3. All right. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Let's bring up line 3. Abel. Go ahead, Abel. Go ahead, Abel.
Yes, I was listening to the poor guy. I have a room for him, and I'll have to fix up. I got a space where he could put a lot of his stuff in. And the room is for $685.
Well, that's not bad. You'll take now. Have you rented this out before, Abel?
Well, I have 2 roommates. He'll have 2.
Okay.
And they were homeless too, and I put them in.
Okay, Abel. Really, that's wonderful. We're going to let Alex. Hey, Alex, do you hear this?
Yes.
Yes.
If he can rent you a room for $685, you can get your stuff out of storage and save that. And the only thing you'll have to pay is your Medicare Advantage, and then we'll get you food stamps.
Okay.
Are you willing to hold on a sec? There's some noise on the line. Hold on. Would you talk to Abel and get his phone number, and let's hook those guys up, Kelly? This could be a match made in heaven. Alex.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Tell him to give you the phone number, and he can call me.
Okay, we will.
I'll have it in my phone.
All right, we'll do both. So you want him to call you, right?
Yes.
All right, Kelly, arrange that. Arrange that. Hold on, Alex. Hold on. We have to take a break. Hold on.
How long will this bull market last? What will the next recession look like? Are you financially prepared? Visit my website now at kurtcambier.com for your free portfolio analysis. That's Kurt with a K, CAMBIER.com.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research, Inc., a broker-dealer, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated.
You know, reverse loans done the right way can certainly help someone, and Empower Reverse is a company that I endorse. Empower Reverse. I urge you to contact them if you're thinking about a reverse loan. You'll find Mark Massey and his caring team ready for you. EmpowerReverse.com, 720-500-7719. Don't go with just anyone. Go with people the Troubleshooter Network knows and loves. Referralist.com, Empower Reverse, 720-500-7719.
Michael Brown here for Colorado Ear Care. You know, I've been suffering from hearing loss and tinnitus for several years now, but recently I discovered the great folks at Colorado Ear Care. The hearing aids they fitted me with have not only reduced my tinnitus, but have improved my hearing dramatically. If you're struggling with tinnitus, hearing loss, dizziness, or balancing issues, do exactly what I did and go visit Colorado Ear Care. Call Colorado Ear Care at 303-233-3142 or online at coloradoearcare.com to learn more. That's coloradoearcare.com.
Here's an unfortunate reality. If you call after a fire, flood, mold, crime, unattended death, maybe a meth lab in your rental, or some other tragedy to your property, destruction, damage, maybe asbestos. Unfortunately, if you call for a restoration company, about 9 times out of 10, you're going to get lying, cheating, ripoffs. That's why I highly recommend American Restoration, the people who do it right, with all the proper certifications, including EPA and asbestos certified. They can remediate flood damage within hours. They can do away with mold or toxic substances. They can even do a complete rebuild solution. They do as little or as much as you want. They work with your insurance company. More than 20 years experience. And honest as the day is long, as they say. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST. Or amrest247.com. amrest247.com.
Ready for some good news? How about free windows? How about save up to $1,600 on entrance doors? Hi, I'm Cindy with Done Right Windows and Doors, and replacing those old, drafty, noisy windows and doors is the thing to do this time of year. Hey, AC costs and heating costs are through the roof. And let's face it, you and I both know stuff wears out. Okay, get those window and door replacements done right. There's no better time than to save than right now. Buy 3 windows and get the 4th one free, and save up to $1,600 on our amazing entrance door systems, all installed by our own employees, not farmed out. Call us for the details on your complete turnkey project, and we'll set up for you a no-cost, in-home, rock-solid quote. Dad?
Thank you, darling daughter. This is Dan Cicchini, and for over 3 decades, we've been making that promise. If you have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not
with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to jobs. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Don't you just love the smell of old books? This is the library. Sorry, ma'am. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you won't pay for what you need. I don't think we carry that, but check non-fiction. It really does devour literature. Please leave. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Share in the excitement of the upcoming NFL season at the official 2022 Denver Broncos Draft Party, presented by Bud Light. Thursday, April 28th, join Broncos country at El Tejano and Lodo for a fun-filled evening as we celebrate the newest stars to the NFL. Special guests include Broncos alumni, Denver Broncos cheerleaders, and Miles the mascot. Must be 21 or over. No tickets are necessary, but space is limited. Visit denverbroncos.com/party for more info.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Finally, we get a day with light wind. Temperatures today in the upper 60s with sunshine, and that wind only around 5 to 15 miles per hour. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burrs. If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let's talk to one of my favorite people, calls from time to time. Drew in New York. What's going on, Drew? And we have lines open at 303-713-TALK. By the way, realcbdthatworks.com will help you with pain, anxiety, inflammation. For those of you tuned in today, you might see me limping around here, and I have a back brace on. Well, I'm taking realcbdthatworks.com. For sure, I didn't have any with me, but realcbdthatworks.com, put Tom in the promo code, and you get 30% off. And the reason I bring this up is if you're on the stream, you see I just put on a back brace my wife brought to me. Oh, my God. I was sitting at a table doing nothing, right, Doc? Nothing.
Hey.
And I stood up. He's
just being a baby.
How does that happen? How do you stand up and throw your back out?
I told you, if you had some stenosis, you could twist it and put a little bit more pressure on the nerve root.
My God. Anyway. Drew, welcome. What's going on?
Yes, Tom. You might find this interesting. When you were on ABC Radio, you and I solved much of the stock market.
Hey, Drew, one thing, you're a little, is he a little muffled, his phone? Drew, are you on speaker or headset?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, you were just a little cloudy there, but you're all right now. Just talk a little bit away from the phone. So what are you calling about today?
Well, you might find it interesting. When you were on ABC Radio, you and I solved much of the stock market scandal.
Yes.
Right now, my opinion right now, ABC Radio, part of it is phony because they're constantly criticizing the people who get canceled. So I called in with a true story that I've been canceled by the judiciary, which is corrupt here, part of it. There are excellent judges, too.
No, hey, Drew, hold on. Who were you canceled by?
I was canceled by the administration of the judiciary.
Oh, you mean they won't take your lawsuit?
Nope, that's not what I mean. I mean, I reported perjury by a law clerk and said a gentle prayer on voicemail, let God decide the issue, and I'm banned from emails, faxes, texting, writing, everything. The administration of the judiciary is corrupt, and ABC Radio won't put it on. They're being hypocritical because they criticize the cancel culture, and yet that's what ABC Radio is doing.
Okay, listen. What do you want us to do about that?
There's nothing you can do. I'm just letting your people know that, in my opinion, ABC Radio is being hypocritical, and specifically Craig Kelly and Mayor Giuliani.
Okay, so you just want to put in a complaint. They're not going to hear it, but, well, they might. I have a lot of friends back there still. So anyway, what about...
hey, Drew, Giuliani's not the mayor anymore.
Yeah, he means former. Yeah, why are you complaining about Giuliani?
Because I've tried calling both shows, and I think he makes a lot of sense. When Greg Kelly started it, he basically called me false, which is not true. I'm very honest. And he said I must have stood up in court and yelled it out. No, I didn't. I peacefully, quietly left it on a voicemail. The clerk wouldn't talk to me, so I said, let God decide. Have a nice day. God bless. That's all I said. And I reported perjury by a law clerk. We have witnesses. In fact, one of them happens to be your Rod Greer, is one of our witnesses.
Really? How's he gonna testify from here?
Because I called the clerk and told her my car of 18 years broke down. In fact, I was on your show with this. That's how I met him. And I have no computer, no cell phone, no texting. I don't know how to get a car. Rod Greer called up. He's a good Samaritan, great guy. And he got me the car. But for a month, I was without a car. And I called the clerk and I said, I have no car. I can't participate in oral argument. She lied under oath to the judge. And Rod has even written a certification that I had no car, I had poor digestion.
Okay, all right. You're getting far flung right now, but okay. So bottom line is that you are complaining that you weren't. What show did you call to complain?
Craig Kelly, WABC.
What kind of show is that?
I don't know. He just.
So maybe it wasn't the right show to complain.
Oh, yeah, because they complain about people being canceled all the time. And so I was canceled, and then they canceled me. That's being a hypocrite.
Well, you know how I feel. I think that sometimes you have some issues. You know that. I mean, I think that people don't understand you. I think, and I've said it before, and I don't mean it as an insult, but people find you nutty, and I don't mean that as an insult.
Tom, the Bible, Jesus says his true people are strangers on the earth, a small minority. If you want to call it nutty, I don't think I'm nutty. I think I'm just honest. And being honest in New Jersey is nutty.
A lot of people think that people who quote the Bible are nutty because it doesn't apply to everyday situations.
Well, I'm not getting into that one way or the other. I think it does apply to every. I think Drew has nothing to do with the Bible. What Drew, you have to admit this. You have to admit this right now, and that is, right now, you get into a lot of conflicts with a lot of people. You know that, Drew. You have to admit that.
No, that's not true, Tom, because you accused me of suing the New York Giants. I never even go to a Giant football game or listen to a game. But you accused me of suing the New York football Giants.
No, I'm just okay. Listen, I'm just saying you get into a lot of conflicts. It's evidenced by how you call the show. You have a lot of conflicts. I'm not criticizing you. I have to take a break, but your complaint about people who were complaining about canceling people actually canceled you, and you find that ironic. Okay, I get it. They're canceling you for a different reason. I really think this, Drew, and I'm telling you this as a friend. They think you're nutty, okay? I don't think you're nutty. I think you're misunderstood. I do. I just do.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30.
What do you think? Is he nutty?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
He goes out and files all these.
He has nothing
suits.
to do. He has nothing to do but get into conflicts with people. It's his raison d'etre.
Just one lane through there. Roadwork also making things sluggish on
A raison d'etre, as people who don't speak French would say.
on 270 through Commerce City and some of the typical slowing on I-70 between the Coliseum and Colorado. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, sunny and mild this afternoon. A high in the mid-60s will cool off to the low 40s overnight tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy tomorrow for your Tuesday and warm with a high right around 80. It's 53 right now in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Jimmy Road, 630 KHAL.
If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy.
I hope the weather forecast changes. It's going to be beautiful.
In one place.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday goes back to the 50s.
That's
Oh, wow.
right. The number is 833-ASK-BLAKE. You can't do better than having an attorney who will answer your questions free of charge when it comes to estate planning law.
Yeah.
You can ask about a will, a trust. Maybe all you need is a beneficiary's deed if all you have is a house to leave, or whatever it is you need. He can talk to you free of charge, and then he'll quote you rates up front for whatever you need. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Welcome to the Casa
Oh my, is that a caution?
No, don't touch
It's
it.
covering a hole in your wall.
Yeah, I had leaks, but
Oh my God! You know, in all of this, I've been trying to get a car canceled from one deadbeat shipper to a new shipper, and it's been like a fucking nightmare.
Call 303-228-2990.
This deadbeat shipper.
Pay nothing down and no
Are they out of Florida?
for a year. That's 303.
Do you think maybe Tom is nutty and gets into all these conflicts with people?
Yeah, you're right, son of a bitch.
can list your home, and he proves to get more money and faster results. He also shines on the buying side with a team that actively searches out the market for the very best deals and then negotiates an even better deal.
This is not just a job or a career to me. This is my passion.
Frank Duran with RE/MAX Alliance.
26 years of proven credibility.
Frank Duran.
Oh, what the fuck is going on here?
303-920-1622.
You know, you guys keep hearing me talk about Blue
I'm trying to find my VIN number so I can copy
My
it.
experience using these products has just kept getting better and better. I also know hundreds and hundreds of you that have tried it and feel the same way because I see the feedback. I hear about it. I met with the owners and they share some interesting info on the latest batch of their Max Relief Balms and how they tested at 2,700 milligrams. That's basically a free extra 200 milligrams. This stuff has been really good for my aches and pains. And believe me, I've talked about them. I've got plenty. Also, wanted to let you know that if you use promo code KOA/KHAL as a one-time code, please also feel free to use promo code Dave for 30% off your next order. The more and more I learn about CBD, the more thankful I become for this relationship with Blue Sky CBD. They're providing me with the highest quality products available at a lower cost per milligram than the run-of-the-mill stuff you're going to find at big stores. And for the entire month of April, you get free shipping on all orders.
All right, I'm ready.
Go to
Her name is Jessica.
bluesky-cbd.com. Blue Sky CBD.
The number is 720-947-5310. She's the volunteer coordinator. Give her a call, remind her that you're a friend of mine, and she'll get you set up for the volunteer orientation.
Okay.
Including infections, flu, pneumonia, migraines, dehydration, UTIs, COPD, COVID-19, and much more. It's really that simple. Go to dispatchhealth.com to learn more. And now, Dispatch Health has advanced capabilities to deliver IV fluids and even take x-rays in the home. It's really that powerful. Plus, they're affordable and in-network with most health insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicare Advantage. So the next time you're sick or injured, stay home, stay safe, and let Dispatch Health come to you.
The fun deadline in the Children's Hospital Colorado Mighty Millions raffle is this Friday. Don't miss your chance to win the $2.5 million grand prize show home plus $800,000.
Whenever I get into pain like this, like I had the last one I had was a shoulder. I did something wrong, fucking shoulder. 6 weeks minimum. Now I don't know if this is going to be that.
You may just need an adjustment to rearrange your vertebrae.
That's what I'm going to do.
Message for folks affected by the Boulder County fires. I'm consumer advocate Mark Major. Your insurance company is not your friend. Their entire goal is to pay you the least amount of money. Don't be fooled by these snakes. Adjusters are nothing but wolves in sheep's clothing. You need someone on your side fighting for you. You need Matt with Paragon Services. He's a public adjuster. Call Matt for free advice on how to deal with your insurance company. 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020.
What's up, Nuggets fans?
I want you to be worse than that guy.
If you're looking to buy a home, but want to
Oh, back, I think is the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, because it supports your whole frame.
The thing that's worse is if you have gallstones or a bowel obstruction. That is the worst. You know, like
Orchard is the same game, but new rules. So get out there and win the home you want.
Orchard, the new way to home, is a proud partner.
Anytime you stretch your internal organs, it is excruciating. There's nothing you can do.
$50 off. And $250.
Kidney stones, gallstones, bowel obstruction is absolutely the worst pain.
Afternoons 4 to 6. Hey, it's Dan. Join me today at 4. We'll dive into the latest craziness from
Over-the-counter sleep aids tied to dementia. Holy shit. That's important.
Was it talking about melatonin?
I don't know. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. John's got a comment on Alex's situation with Medicaid. He's talking about the homeless dude that we talked to, and the guy's 75 years old. He said he's on Medicare Advantage. He also says that he doesn't know how to get food stamps. It's possible we found him a room. What a wonderful show this is when we make connections. Here's what we do. We talk about situations, and many times we don't even know where we're going. But someone out there listening, because we have such a vast audience, somebody listening says, hey, I think I can help. And this guy called in that had a few people that he took in that were homeless that renting rooms, and he's going to rent them a room. And it could be something that could really benefit Alex right now because he's going to be on the streets. A friend paid for a few nights at a motel. But you wanted to comment on his Medicare, his medical stuff, right, John?
Yes, sir. Well, I'd recommend Tom, and I think you already have. Obviously,
Oh, John. Well, you didn't say you were John Jones from IntegraInsurance.com, Integra Insurance Group, who does, of course, all of my health insurance. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Tom, what I'd strongly recommend, I think you already have, is he does qualify for Medicaid. So he really needs to go down.
Even if he has Wait, so if he has Medicare, he doesn't have to pay for that advantage, does he?
See, I know he's on Humana. Whether he's paying anything for his Advantage program, I don't know.
He is. He's paying $61, he said, or something like, no, 100 and something.
That's 170.
No, 61 was for the other thing, for storage. He was paying like 150 for that.
Yeah, for his Medicare.
And he doesn't have to. What you're saying is he doesn't have to.
What he needs to do is he needs to apply for his Medicaid. Then there's something called dual eligibility products with Medicare Advantage that will coordinate over with his Medicare, where he could get many more benefits than probably what he has with his Humana Advantage program.
Good.
Plus, a lot of these programs now, depending on his zip code and his income, would actually reimburse a portion of his Medicare Part B cost.
So what does he do? Where does he go for that?
He needs to go to a Health and Human Services office in his county.
All right. We're going to remind him of that, too. We'll make a note of that. So, Kelly, you're making a note of that. So we know he can get food stamps, and now John is saying he can get Medicaid on top of Medicare, which will pay like a supplement, right?
With his Medicare Advantage now, it'd be a qualifying event for him when he applies for Medicaid.
Got it.
And then he could go out and look at these dual eligibility type products.
Dual eligibility. Okay. Oh, you know what? If we could have him talk to you for general information, that would be great.
That'd be great. We'd love to chat with you. And Tom, while I've got you, can I do a quick kudos real quick?
Of course you can.
On one of your sponsors, Plumline.
Yes.
They put in our furnace and air conditioning 4 years ago.
Yes.
And our son was, and I know you have the servants at heart as part of your tagline.
That's right.
Tagline.
That's right.
Our son was coming down for his immunotherapy on Wednesday at Anschutz. He was having some major symptoms.
Yeah.
And so Tuesday afternoon or two, he was bringing the whole family down from the mountains, and we were babysitting. So our furnace went out Tuesday morning.
Wow.
Tuesday night, it got cold. It was going down to 13. And I called Plumline, and Sherry, the lady, said, John, we're booked. I don't know what I can do. And she called me back about 30 minutes later and said, John, based on your circumstances and the fact y'all need it, we got our best technician coming out at 5 o'clock.
Wow. What did it turn out to be?
It was a compressor pump.
On a brand new one, huh?
4 years. And
4 years, yeah.
It was just a problem. So Justin came out, worked on it for about an hour, found the problem. Jerry rigged it to work that night, and the next morning they were back out at 9 o'clock. I couldn't ask for better service.
Okay, by the way, that compressor, was that on the air conditioner?
It was on, something to do with our humidifier.
Oh, okay. All right, I see. All right.
And
well, John,
and they did a fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
They couldn't ask for a better tagline.
I know, they're good people. They say service at home, servants at heart, plumlineservices.com. That's what I say. And it's for Integra. If you want to talk to a guy that knows his stuff when it comes to Medicare, Medicaid, also, of course, any independent insurance product you need, health insurance, he's the one. He knows all about health insurance. Integra Insurance Group does mine. He does yours, right, Deputy Doc? You go to him for
great job for me.
They'll shop for. They go through all of the different programs out there to find the best one for you. No one does that, man. I mean, this is like service above service. Integra Insurance Group. 303-466-5500. I thought I'd throw in that plug for him. He's such a good guy.
Those guys in Compass saved me so much money. I can't tell you how proud I am of them.
Yeah, and also, I want to remind you of a few things, okay? The tax scams going on right now are unbelievable. Now, but know this. What is not a scam is the IRS taking over a year sometimes to process returns. Did you hear that? Over a year, especially if you filed late and you filed by mail. More than a year.
Is that only paper or is that electronic as well?
I think he said mostly paper, right? The electronic ones are processed faster. Now, something else coming up with shortages, and this is going to have a major impact. Cement shortage. Cement. A lot of people think of cement and concrete as the same thing. It's not. Concrete uses cement as a binder. Concrete uses rock and stuff like that, crumbled rock with cement to make a concrete. A concrete hardens, but cement is an integral part of it. And right now there is a major shortage. That's going to be rough because that's going to build up. Building prices are already high. They're going to go higher. Now, where I lived, there was actually a little town called Cementon. They made so much cement. That was the real name, Cementon. Can you imagine coming from a place called Cementon because they make cement?
Well, it's like Hershey, Pennsylvania. What do you think they make?
Well, but hold on now. I think Hershey came before, I think that Hershey came before the Hershey bar, and they call it the Hershey bar because it's in Hershey. I don't think they took this gray powder and called it cement because it came from Cementon. I think that they were mining so much cement that they said, let's call this Cementon. Right? That's what I think.
Probably right.
So it just, man, could you imagine? I mean, a place being named after what it mines. Can you imagine? How about Diamondville? If they had, I wonder if there's a such place as Diamondville. What about Coleville? Probably. Who knows? And what about, could you imagine, though, that they named it for what they mine out of the ground? Goldville. Oilville, Cementville. They didn't call it Cementville. They call it Cementon, which I found very odd. More coming up. Get your calls in, 303-713-TALK. Plenty of time to get calls.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
So, Tom, do you said that big apartment building that's on, as you come out, if you go down the street right here, that big apartment building on the right, they just finished building. I wonder if that's all rented.
Oh, that big? Oh, yeah. Who knows? Shit. I'll bet you it is.
That's a huge apartment complex.
That is a big building.
Yeah.
I see it out the window here.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, if Mark's coming in tomorrow and I'm like this, I ain't coming.
If
my
payroll
God.
is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to
Do you know when Mark and Suzanne are coming back?
Tomorrow.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're traveling today.
And get hiring by
Well,
visiting Indeed.com.
Yeah, maybe he was at the airport. He logged in and
Or accused of driving
to YouTube.
Yeah, they were traveling. They were coming back today.
Attorney at law.
He was swearing about how the casinos take his money.
303-429-62.
Owning a business comes with pressure.
Boy, casinos aren't built on winners. You know that.
Oh, of course.
Engaged. Fortunately, there's integrity.
That's why they don't give poker players any comps. I mean, the most comp I ever got was a free buffet, which is really doesn't cost them anything.
Competitive benefit options. And because I'm
Oh, so they don't give poker players? They won't
my
comp for them?
employees can thrive and my business
Really?
can grow. With Insperity, nothing
Most they'll
beats
give you is a Monday. You can get I'll put the minor up. You can get a poker rate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you can't get it on the weekends.
Right.
And so they give you $50 off. It's no big deal. But when I used to play in Vegas, let's say the most I ever got was a free buffet. Because they don't make any money on poker players, really. They take a cut, but it's such a, if you're playing in a big game, and the pots, let's say, whether it's $50 or $10,000, they take a $5 rate. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Trusted technicians that'll provide you with
Yes, they're not
So
making
they don't make any money on
They
that.
offer the best auto service repair and quality.
So that's why they don't comp you for anything, because the slot players, the blackjack players, the roulette players, the craps, they know how much they're going to get on that. roulette is like a 5%, blackjack's like a 2%. I don't know what it is in craps, but they know how much they're going to make on each machine.
Yeah.
And slots are the biggest producers of all. I mean, think about it. They say, like the 95% payback, but 90% they're making a huge amount of money on slots.
You always see those signs down there. We've got the loosest slots in town, but they're still making money.
Of course.
Flies into the convention center April 30th to May 1st.
So let's say on a poker place, they make very little money.
HOW.com. Your chance.
Think about it. What if there's a $2,000 pot, they get $5. That's what is that? 1/10 of 1%.
Yeah.
Actually, it's both.
I don't think sitting is a good idea, man. It's only 2 more minutes. Every time I get started,
like cleaning your nose.
I'm just so pissed off. Fuck. I can't believe I was talking about how long I've gone without an incident.
But how do you clean your nose?
God is punishing you for doing that.
That's what some people would say. Because, God's up there running the universe, and he noticed what I said, and so he figured he'll fuck around with me.
Flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, because Ideal wants to make sure if they do a refinance for you, they put you in
some new report came out.
Ideal is the only lender that offers these things, credit optimization, which means they will work with you to optimize your credit. Even if you're approved, they can do small tweaks to your credit, like paying down a certain card.
Yes, you said something came out.
To get you better pricing. They also got pick your term loan. You
The
can pay anytime you want, 10, 11, 12, 13
Something
years,
came
18
out.
years, 20 years, 30 years. If you pay it down, you don't have to go all the way back to 30. They also have a rate guarantee. If rates go down over the next 2 years, they refinance you free of all lender fees, and they have pre-approvals, which is just like a cash offer. You are actually approved. All they're waiting for is an appraisal and written guarantees that your pricing will be a certain amount and it will not change. 303-867-7000. Closing in 3 weeks or less. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. They're also on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Denver's talk station wants to put $1,000 in your hand. Every weekday, you have 9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen for the keyword at 5 past the hour.
Thank you so much.
$1,000 in your hand. Sponsored by Irs.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Irs loyalty program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Irs, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. By the way, Renew Home Innovations will get you beautiful bathrooms. Beautiful bathrooms. And when I say bathrooms, they do mainly the shower and the tub area. They can do toilets and sinks, of course, but the whole centerpiece of a bathroom truly is the shower and tub area, and they can renew that whole thing for great pricing. American Standard wall systems and fixtures. And by the way, the wall systems look exactly like stone and do not require any maintenance. Think about that. They can do a beautiful standalone shower, big rectangle without an approach to it. So you can wheel in if you had a wheelchair or a walker, you can get right in. Now, obviously, for anyone, it's easy to get in and out. It's not just made for people with disabilities. I'm just saying it's beautiful. They have perimeter drains if you want them, so you don't have a sloped floor in the middle. And they have, grab bars and shelving and benches they can put in. 303-904-2000. You can do a tub shower combination as well. 303-904-2000. All right, let's talk to Jeff. He has a question on taxes. Jeff, welcome. What's going on, Jeff?
Thank you, Tom. Nice to speak with you.
Nice speaking to you.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Thank you. So if you are due a refund on taxes, I did some research online, and I found, I'm pretty sure that you don't have to file on time with federal, but what about Colorado State?
The same. It's not that you don't have to file on time. There's still a penalty, but the penalty is based on what you owe. So if you don't owe, there's no penalty.
Okay. Yeah, that was what I wanted to know.
And sometimes I don't know if Colorado has it. They have a straight flat penalty, some states, of $25 or something. But I don't know if Colorado does or not. Whatever it is, it's not substantial, is what I'm saying. So, but there should be no reason why you shouldn't be able to do an extension, especially if you don't owe, because an extension can say just about anything.
Okay. So you think I still need to file an extension?
Well, no. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just saying, if you do, then you're cool. No, absolutely. If you don't owe anything and you file late, there will be an invisible penalty or a painless penalty. Suzanne, what's going on with you? I'm Tom. What's happening?
Hey, Tom. Very long time listener here.
Thank you.
And I don't normally call in, but I'm a faithful listener. But you were talking about Cementon. I assume you mean Cementon, Pennsylvania.
No, Cementon. I didn't know there was one until I just saw this. Cementon, New York, which was near Catskill, New York, which was near all the and all of that is on the Hudson Valley, south of Albany, about 35 miles. North of New York City, about 110 miles. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Is there a Cementon? There's a Cementon, I didn't know there was a Cementon, Pennsylvania.
Yes, and we're about the same age. I grew up there, and it's all part of what's called Whitehall, Pennsylvania now. But we did have a cement plant down the street from us, and we lived in a big limestone belt area. And in fact, my great-grandfather helped David Saylor develop the Portland cement process.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah,
and by the way, I looked up cement in New York. I didn't even know. Can you believe it has a Wikipedia? It's a wide spot in the road. It's a hamlet, they call it, census designated in the town of Catskill in Greene County, but it's called Cementon. And anyway, it's on the Hudson River. But you know what?
Well,
it was such a. Here's what's in New York. What they did in the old days, they would build all of the plants and everything near a river for easy access to the boats.
Sure.
And it was the most scenic, beautiful property in the entire world.
There's a whole bunch of the Hudson River Valley painters. There's a whole cadre of painters that just did Hudson Valley paintings.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes, I know of them.
Hudson Valley was very popular. Anyway, well, I'm glad I brought back a good memory.
Yeah, well, where I grew up, there were 11. My grandmother told us there was a place you could stand on a hill and see 11 different cement plants in the wider area.
What a wonderful place to live, right? Where you can see 11 cement plants. Well, thank you for calling. I just wanted to get off in the interest of time. Speaking of the Hudson Valley, it was such a beautiful valley. The Arts Council one time decided they wanted to attract people there, so they hired a guy called the Hudson River Troubadour to travel up and down the Hudson River and sing at the parks on the river. And you know who that singer was? I got to meet him because I was the newspaper reporter covering. I was covering the Troubadour, and he sang "Bye Bye, Miss American Pie." Don McLean was the Hudson River Troubadour, and I've stayed in touch with him, but he doesn't answer me anymore. Anyway, he got to be very famous, and that song he was writing while he was doing that work, and he would always hoodwink us and say, "Hey, do you want to hear my new song?" And none of us wanted to hear it because it was like 7 or 8 minutes long, and we're saying, "Oh, my God, no." And one day, I'm driving around, and I hear the number one song on the radio, "Bye Bye, Miss American Pie," Don McLean. And that bastard got a number one song. But it was many years after he actually wrote it that he actually published it. But isn't that a weird story? If you look it up, he was the Hudson River Troubadour. Anyway, and I was not. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. And you can always call us 24/7 with problems. Leave your number. We'll get back to you. We promise you that. And you'll come on the air for help.